Hey guys, we are here. We're here.
What
Now,
up, players?
I
What up,
know
player?
I said on we had the stream scheduled for 9, right? But when we turned on the episode was an hour and 4 minutes long.
Yeah.
So people with ads, that's even longer. So we pushed it to 9:15. We didn't actually have any computer issues or anything like that. It was
Yeah, I
just
saw
pure,
I saw a bunch of you people talking the trash juice
yeah,
in the comments while I was hanging out in the waiting room. And I was early, by the way. Talking about Jay got that AOL. Jay got that dial up still. Yo. Yeah, I do. And
how are you going to talk about us like that when I have a cold and Jay doesn't wipe?
I know.
And
You know what?
He's still here.
Yeah, I don't. And it smells great. No, I was gonna type in chat while I was waiting on you all, or waiting on Mike, and I was like, oh yeah, it'll just read like Mike because I'm signed into Mike's account on StreamYard, so it's like, look, Jay's trying to pretend to be Mike. That's funny. So it's a potato internet. Yeah, it is a potato internet. It's really great. It's really cool because you can have French fries with it as well. You know what? An hour and 4 minute long episode, but you know what? Well worth it. I like this episode. This episode was pretty gnarly. I did enjoy myself quite a bit, much more than that diaper situation, that full diaper that we had in episode 4. This was great.
Yeah, 100%, dude. And I like the second half of it was great. The first half, I was like, "Are you kidding me?"
Well, I
like
didn't mind. I would
pace.
have rather taken a snail fest on the ship, having all that good times up there than the Power Ranger Island. I would have rather take what was going on that ship than the Power Ranger Island.
That's 100% true. You're correct when you say that. Dude, the second half was it was weird that they chose to do this, right? Like they chose to, instead of having this be the first episode. I can see the disdain in Jay's face.
There you go, Tomo. There you go.
It's weird though. Like they chose, instead they were like, okay, well, we're not going to get to the meat of the story fast enough if we have this just be episode 1. I think this would have been a way better episode 1. Than the one that we got.
Well, they started it with episode 1, and then we just got the backstory of who the saboteur was. It was funny when that DJ Qualsfucker was like, "Saboteur, is that French? Is that a Frenchman? We had a Frenchman on board." Like,
yeah, I also hated that guy. He was so annoying the whole time. He was, "I'm just trying to get me snick. I'm trying to get me snick." I'm like, "Shut up, dude. We get it."
Yeah, that guy. He reminded me of DJ Qualls. Like he would be the kind of guy that would have sex with a big hooker in like road trips. Like, you kill a cheetah? Like, yes. I liked it though. I like the backstory. You get the full explanation about how the ship was sabotaged, who was behind it, what the dealio was. I do look 100%. Morrow should have been put in charge a long time ago, because when that chick saw those ticks kill those 3 people, she's just standing there like she had a wiener up her butt, just not moving. I was like, put Morrow in charge. We're in a life or death situation, lady. We don't have time for you to second guess yourself. Go ahead and put Morrow in charge. And she's
mutiny.
I was like, she looked like she was at the methadone clinic, just shaking. Like, what's my next fix? But no, I love Morrow, dude. Morrow's awesome.
He's my favorite character on the show. We got no Oliphant this episode, which sucks, but it's Morrow and Oliphant are my 2 favorites for sure. And did you notice the Halloween 2 callback with one kill scene that happened there? That was pretty sweet. The nurse, the back, and the lift up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was dope. That was really cool. And dude, so much more Xenomorph, which was nice. Got to see the Xenomorph do some fighting skills and got to see him fight another monster, which was dope. That was a highlight.
Let them fight. I felt like that Asian dude in Godzilla. Let them fight. You know what was cool? It was like whatever that octopus eyeball thing is. I call it Krang. I know Krang in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was a brain, but it just reminds me of like the baby Krang. I thought it like for a second I was like, did it jump and like actually attach itself inside the alien and then gain knowledge and then unattach itself? And that's how. But I don't guess it did. But it was cool to see it attack it.
I mean, that's what I understand. I mean, that's what it does, right?
I don't know. It just looked like it was like bothering him, like, you know, he was on a motorcycle and like swapping the flies away.
The ticks were gross, dude. That scene was awesome. That was some real alien stuff.
Thomas says, dude, who taught the Xenomorph kung fu fighting? Did it kung fu fight?
It was using its tail in all sorts of funky.
I mean, it's used its tail before in the past, so it's not like unusual.
That was great though, dude. Like I really enjoyed all that stuff. This felt like it could have been its own movie, just this one episode. Honest to God, if they did just like a straight to Hulu movie and it was this one episode just extended out a little bit and you kept all the windy Peter Pan stuff at bay, I feel like it would have been a solid Prey-like type of movie, to be honest with you.
I think the reason why they didn't go that direction is because a lot of people would have said they're just ripping off Alien. They're just remaking Alien, soft rebooting it. Because it really is essentially the same. I mean, even the crew members kind of look the same.
And for there's people that are like, no, you guys don't know what you're talking about. This last episode was full of lore and all this awesome stuff. To me, they knew how boring episode 4 was, and that's why they and stuff this episode right here, because they were like, we're gonna do all this detailed backstory and lore and stuff like that and Peter Pan crap, and then in this episode we're gonna give you the alien fans what they want for a little while, and tomorrow we'll go back to Wendy and the Starfighters.
God damn
You know?
it. It's like back to school. Just when we had a vacation. Yeah, I did like it was I just like some of the lines in this, dude, like where he was like the crew's expendable. You know, Morrow just basically laying it out. Like that's how it is. Like you guys are not important. And that computer mother was cold as shit. She was like she's like what did it say? Something like, if you don't follow the rules or whatever, if you don't like go along with the plan, we'll just replace you with the security officer. And it was like, acknowledge. Don't test it. Acknowledge.
It was like Eminem writing a diss about MGK.
Yeah,
did not care at all.
But I loved. I really actually dug this episode quite a bit. I didn't think I would, and then the more it was going, I was like, dude, if they had just done the whole season on this ship, would have been awesome. But then again, it goes back to, well, you're just copying Alien 1.
Yeah, and even then, there was still some really slow laying out of the story. Like they would take a thing that you knew already and just drag it out for 10 minutes. And also, you know, it still has a character problem. Like Morrow stands out. There's nobody else on that ship that I really found that interesting or likable at all. Like all the characters is just like, that guy's annoying. This person's just forgettable. Yeah. So it's got a little bit of character problem, but the Xenomorph's what matters.
I hate that one dude. That, what was it? Twang?
Is that the one that keeps like staring at the girl on the thing?
That dude annoyed the fuck out of me, dude. I know he was supposed to be creepy, but you know, like he's supposed to look like an ice cream man that drives around at past 8 o'clock at night. But he just came off as like, are you trying to go for like the Riddler in the Batman? Yeah. If you are justice, please do not lie. Like when he was having that interrogation, I felt like you watched the Riddler like scene over and over again and were trying to be that dude. I was like, you're not going to get an Emmy. Just
Tyler,
stop.
We're covering what happened in the show, but we're not going very specific. So I don't think you have to worry too hard.
Oh, we're not spoiled. I won't spoil.
Yeah, we're not being super specific. So I mean, it depends on how nervous you are, but we're also done. So I mean, I'd give that episode 7.5 personally.
I give it like an 8. But it was like 100% better than last episode. 100%. I hope they keep this momentum going forward, but I know they're going to disappoint us in episode 6.
They're putting us right back in Wendy's bad bangs.
Yeah,
you know,
good God. I can't wait to hear more about Mother Wendy talking to the aliens like her children. That's going to be great. I can't wait for Mother Wendy to come with her Power Rangers and talk about how we should reform these aliens as creatures of love.
I also, by the way, I seen a lot of chat. We did the dodgeball commentary last night, so I forget. It's been the weekend since we've talked to some of you guys, the whole college football weekend and everything. And yeah, the Packers got Michael Parsons. They pulled off the biggest trade since they got Reggie White back in the day. And the Packers are officially going back to the Super Bowl. So congrats to me and all Packers fans. It's lovely. It's great. It's great.
The only Super Bowl they're going is the grown men shedding tears in the bars as they watch them get their fudge packed. They're just not going to do it.
You've seen me do that before.
I have. Those things. I watched it happen at the same time. I don't know if it was from the loss of the Green Bay Packers or the guy ramming you, but I definitely saw tears.
Yeah, and I did talk a lot of shit about UNC last night being great. They got their asses stomped, as our good friend would say. That they got a mud hole stomped in their ass. I couldn't think of the words, but yeah, it was bad. So
by the way, some of you that didn't get to see the dodgeball commentary, you didn't miss jack shit. My internet went out 17,000 fucking times, which was like a record. I guess it was like the first time I'd ever had internet. That's how it was acting. It was crazy too because I was wearing a Stark Industries hoodie. The irony of it. A company that represents advanced technology and improvement, and Spectrum just saying, hey, here's a shiny dildo. Why don't you suck on this while you're trying to do a stream? I was like, okay, well, God, might as well. Fuck you, Spectrum. I hate Spectrum, dude.
And it's not even sacks over the last 4 seasons, buddy. All right, let's call it down.
First off, Tomo, they don't have a firm for internet. All right, I checked. It's not true. If they did, I would be on that shit like syrup on pancakes, 100%. But my point being is, this is hard lined in now. All right, I'm not even relying on Wi-Fi. But I don't remember who came in and told me, he's like, your bit rate's too high. I was like, I don't know what the fuck that is, dog. Like, what are you talking to me like that for? It's like, I used to work at Best Buy. I know what I'm talking about. Matt Hayes was saying that. I'm like, oh, I see.
Yeah, people at Best Buy don't know what the hell they're talking about either. Trust me. Speaking of technological advances in the world, I'm now running the camera through a capture card.
Oh.
So just like you would a video game, I'm now running my camera through a capture card. So the hope is that, and this has cost literally hundreds of dollars and 17 fucking cords, wrong cords, because Best Buy sucks. But like now, at least when you watch the streams back or when they get into the second and third hour, the latency, which means the difference between the movement of my mouth and my voice, and the same for Jay, should be way more on. This should look and feel a little bit better than usual. I'm not noticing it yet, but I hope so, because I'll throw myself into a ravine if it's not. But we're trying to get better.
That might be on a firm for me in the future, Tomo. So there you go. By the way, I'm sorry. Yeah, Matt Roberts. I'm sorry, dude. I knew it was one of the Matts. I just didn't know which one it was.
So I asked me to run through.
I didn't want to be like insulting because I forgot your last name. Say Cowboy Hat Mike or Cowboy Hat Matt. That's why this PFP is Cowboy Hat.
Clinton said it looks like real life. That's good to know.
Hello,
That's
PJ.
good. I hope it looks a little bit better. At least it sounds and feels more natural. That's what I hope. I hope.
JT Custom says my internet sucks too, Jay. My internet shut off since August 4th, I think, and I might have to wait until September 17th to fix it. I'm using my phone to watch it.
Ignore the ticker. Mother of fart knocks.
Well, you're innovative, JT.
Forget the ticker that you saw about Sweet Revenge. That was my fault. That was supposed to say, the ticker was supposed to say that tomorrow night at 8 p.m. is the live Wham Patreon and YouTube members fantasy football draft. And if you want to sign up for that, just email me. We watched a movie 2@gmail.com. Join Patreon or any of the tiers on YouTube memberships, and I'll get you a team because we're going to draft that shit live tomorrow. You should pop in and make a pick of your own, Jay. Do it.
No, thank you. I don't get involved with the Neanderthals that do the fantasy football. I'm sorry. I'm busy playing Marvel Midnight Suns like a real man. Thank you. I can play a card game on Xbox.
Yeah, it's a card game.
No, it's got card mechanics. It's hard to explain. That's why that thing, Marvel Midnight Suns, got passed over. It's got a decent story, but everything else about it, like the story's like, again, it's all right, but it's still fun. It's a fun game, but there's a mechanic to it where it's like a card game mechanic. It's hard to, like, like Magic the Gathering and shit like that, where you have to like throw down cards and one card. I'd have to show you, but but that's why people didn't really give it a chance, because they didn't understand what kind of game it was. You shut the fuck up.
Gay.
Yeah, why don't you suck that microphone? We'll see who gay is. You suck that microphone all the time. Action says, you doing CFL league, Mike? Canadian football?
Canadian Football League. It's going to be great. That's how hard up I am for betting. I would have been doing that shit in the offseason for sure. Very excited. Very excited. So, yeah, check that out if you want to be on the Fantasy Football League of Riotes. We missed a super chat.
Oh yeah, we did. Someone mentioned that.
Daddy needed. That's what Daddy needed. He got it right when he needed it. Thank you.
Right in the bunghole.
Came out my mouth. What?
Robin says, I beat my beat. Congratulations. You'll
like,
be getting hair on your palms. You look like Chewbacca. When you go to church, shake hands, they'll be like, you're sinful, son. Like, I'm sorry.
That's an old Blink joke, dude. They'd be like, she's like, we're gonna play another song. So you could leave now or beat the traffic, or you could stay and beat your meat.
Tomo says Mike bets, Jay affirms the yin and the yang.
Yeah, that's true. This is
like, I mean, it's like yeah, I affirm. I got some shit on Affirm for sure. Okay, but you're acting like I'm the goddamn spokesperson for Affirm, even though I would be if they sponsored this channel 100%. They give me some credit.
Yeah, give me. I'm trying to.
This hoodie's not from Affirm. This hoodie's from Temu. This was bought for me by my wife, which I didn't know about, but she only paid $5 for it. And boy,
that's a third new hoodie. What are you made of?
No,
money?
I told you yesterday when we were doing the live stream that she had bought me a Temu hoodie for $5. Like I said, boy howdy, you can tell it's $5, but it's cool because it's a Lost Boy.
Oh, so, it's a Lost Boys one. Oh yeah, I can kind of see the Temu.
I was like, did you buy this with 2 proofs of purchase? And she's like, no, it was $5.
I can kind of see it now.
What's my credit limit? It's not high. I promise you that it's not high.
I'm out. I'm out.
I swear it's not. It's very low. I don't know. It's very low. I don't know. I just click shit on Amazon and it lets me do it. And it says, would you like to make installments? I'm like, yes. And it's like, okay, there you go.
I use mine too much. It won't let me do it anymore.
I think the highest I ever went up was like, it was when I got the PS5 years ago. And that was, I maxed the fucking limit on that because it was way more. It was like $100 more because I was using Affirm than it would have been if I just bought it outright. But I was like, I paying up whatever it was for straight up like that out of my pocket. Yeah,
I bought a writing laptop. I bought some stuff for the channel, random electronic crap I needed for the channel. Did some Christmas stuff on it, did some birthday stuff on it, and now it's like you can't have any more of this Affirm money. Concert tickets, I used it for a lot of concert tickets.
God damn, Tomo said they're armchair psychologizing me. We call that addiction. Okay, well, thanks, Dad. I call that things I want, and Affirm gave it to me. So fuck you. No, I literally, it's like if you saw the Affirm purchases I've made, you'd be like, why didn't you just buy that shit? I was like, because I'm a cheap bitch. That's why. If I know I can get away with paying $8 a month on a $43 hoodie, I'm gonna fucking do it. Plus, I need to build up my credit score. So that's also why it helps build your credit score. I think it does. I don't know.
I don't know if it does or not, Jay. Actually,
what's a loan? It's a loan.
Yeah, I don't know. You'd have to check if that counts on your credit. We did miss super chat the other night, and it's from our buddy Brian Cruzel, and his super chat was this: while I work on my comic book, can Dr. Loomis give me some inspiration by telling me that I got this and to be confident in myself?
What's his name?
Brian.
Brian, I would say a lot of things. I would say good luck on your comic book, your funny book pages. But you're working on a comic book for children. Go work on a magazine. Go out there and be a journalist. Be Jimmy Olsen or some shit. But be that as it may, you've got this. You're gonna make
Jimmy Olsen's a pussy.
You're a pussy. You're gonna make a great funny book. Funny pages book. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be all time. It's gonna be better than the Phantom or Dennis the Menace. You've got this. That's it.
You got this.
But get a job. Don't rely on comic books. Okay.
Thanks, Brian. Good luck with your children's novel.
I only imagine because my mom and dad would. I used to collect comic books. My mom and dad would refer to it. It was like, oh, you got them funny books. I was like, they're comic books. And they're actually some of them are very highly collectible. Thanks, Mom.
I'll have you know that this is worth more than your life.
It's like honey, I used to collect funny books back. Yeah, I was like, you know what? That'd be worth millions of dollars. So you're stupid. You threw them away, didn't you? Because I mean, Big Dad, Big Dad was born in 1939. So he came across like early like Batman and shit that are worth fucking hundreds of thousands of dollars now if you get them.
All right, Corey Feldman, Ryan West. What was your super chat? Put it in there. We'll answer it as well. Or bad. It's like, you guys, the wolf pack, seriously, they're coming to get me.
I knew you guys looked like wolves. I didn't actually know you were a part of the cult.
Sorry about that, Ryan. Let us know in all caps in the chat. We'll get it next one. I'm watching for it. Yeah, tonight, dude. There's some Hellraiser revival video game storyline stuff that we got to talk about. That's been out for about a week. But excuse you, okay? I'm a professional. This is a professional stream. Why don't you just have your internet go out again? How about that?
How about you just suck my goddamn cable lines?
So Hellraiser revival. There was a couple reviews of the game that we didn't know about that we're gonna pick through with our fingers and talk about here shortly. So. Okay, Ryan says this past weekend, it's PAST, just so you know. This past weekend, Ryan says that my drive-in played Jaws for the 50th anniversary and 1982.
That's badass, dude. Yeah, that's awesome.
That's a pretty sweet. I took the kids to actually see Jaws at the drive-in last summer. Fucking awesome experience. They fell asleep, but like, I mean, to be fair, you can't really blame them in today's climate. But it was nice, dude. Drive-in movies are the best, especially The Thing or like Texas Chainsaw or like an old school movie.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah, I don't remember I think the last drive-in movie I saw was like it wasn't Flubber. What the fuck was it? Was something stupid. I remember watching it and
Flubber.
It was something weird. It was something dumb. I remember it was the first time I had gone, and I went with my uncle, and he was pissed off at the guys next to us because they took our microphone. You know, you have your little microphone that was supposed to go in your car so you can hear the movie. And he got into a fucking argument with them. Like,
it's a nice family memory.
No, it was a great family member because my uncle was drunk driving us too. But he was like,
which uncle was it?
David. But,
he was drunk.
Yeah, he was super. I mean, yeah,
if you're lucky, that's all he was.
That motherfucker smelled like a brewery. But yeah, he was like childhood. No, but he was like, hey, you got our goddamn microphone. Like, he was like yelling at him outside of his car. It was like a throwdown in the middle of the fucking drive-in. And then he went and told the manager, and he got back in the car. So these motherfuckers are drunk. I'm like,
were you talking to a mirror?
I look like that. I look like that fucking meme for Obama. Where he's like, "What are you doing?"
I'm not drunk. I don't have an alcohol problem. You have an
That's
alcohol
not me.
problem.
It's that
Mom.
guy. That guy's the drunk asshole. He stole these kids' microphone at the drive-in.
Yeah, dude. That's Eric from Pretty Much It will go to a drive-in and hook up his stuff to it and record commentaries of new movies at the drive-in, which
Smart.
is genius.
Yeah.
That's why he's him and we're us. That's so smart. But yeah, he says it was a fan vote. The other option was Army of Darkness. Actually, I would have taken Army of Darkness in The Thing over Jaws personally. I know that's probably
100%. I mean, The Thing is legend, but Army of Darkness is on another level.
Yeah, it's that's a perfect drive-in film, dude. Damn, see, they're hiding us from Adrian Phillips. That's why I try to tell people you got to watch the live streams, man. YouTube does not tell our subscribers.
You know why that is?
It's
because
nuts.
we don't get enough fucking likes on the goddamn video. So that means they take us out of the algorithm. It's like, hey, nobody's watching this piece of shit. So
that was Jay telling you to go like the video now.
Oh yeah, that is a subtle way of saying please go like the videos. Really appreciate your support. But no, that's really what it is. They take you out because then they're like, we're not going to recommend the videos anymore to anybody because nobody gives a shit, and we're not going to alert people when you're live. Mm-hmm. So suck my white ass ball.
You fucking take that back, Isaac. You take that shit right back and you stick it up Taylor's ass. I don't want that. I don't want that smoke. Dude,
yes, you do have an alluring thing of douchebaggery about your eyes now.
It's the moustache. It's growing in nice, dude. I think it's growing in pretty sweet. I'm really enjoying it.
Sister's like, I swear I just like the vid, guys. Sorry. No, it's all right.
Do it, or I'll break it off.
It's all right. But no, I'm telling you, I was telling Mike on the live show or the commentary. He needs to let that shit grow, but get a handlebar mustachio going. Get the handlebar mustachio.
I think I'm gonna keep it about level. I'm just gonna get real fucking bushy.
Yeah, but you gotta let the sides grow in where it's a little bit more like a 5 o'clock shadow. Just shave that shit down, but keep it like where it's at right now. Maybe a little bit more length and keep it there.
Yeah, I like the thickness.
So then that way, when you walk out your front door, you can have something playing like a rock,
as strong as he could.
You just gotta get some Wrangler jeans and some plaid shirts. And you're ready to go.
And this is filling in a little better too. So like once I get a little bit of this, so I can hide my chubby cheeks, then I'll get this. It'll be good.
Dude, those Fu Manchu mustachios can look good. Or the handlebar. I don't know what they're called. Handlebar, I guess. But the ones that were we were watching Dodgeball. I don't know who had what's his name? The main bad guy in Dodgeball? Ben Stiller's character that had the Globo Jim.
Dwight Goodman.
White Goodman. Goodman. Hey, it's White.
Hey, it's White.
Hey, it's White. No, yeah, I think he had White. It looked good though.
That's right up there with Melissa Itzies.
So Adrian says diabetes. Yeah, that dude had him too. Diabetes.
No, I don't have my gay glass of wine tonight like I did during the Dodgeball commentary.
Super gay.
I learned a lesson today.
Hangover?
Folks. Yeah, and that lesson is Mike doesn't drink wine anymore. Mike does not drink wine anymore. Dude,
as the night went forward with us watching the commentary, Mike's wrist became limper and limper as he was drinking his wine.
Yeah, dude, it was bad. I woke up this morning and
somebody called it Chardonnay. Chardonnay.
It was just Cabernet Sauvignon. But the hangover was bad. It just not mixed with my
system. It's all that sugar.
I was very panicky this day. Like, you're having a bad anxiety-filled day when you're just walking around the house with a CO2 sensor on your finger. Everywhere you go, like, oh, I'm still alive. Okay, I'm good,
dude. My hangover wasn't too bad. I just drank beer, but dude, wine hangovers or champagne or the fucking, it's of the devil. It's of the devil. It was created by black magic in hell by Satan and sent to earth to fuck with people. And it's like, drink from the wine. And let it spill over from your cuppers and have the worst hangover. It feels like the devil's literally taking his dong and beating your brains in.
Yeah, like one night, every once in a while, I was okay, but doing two bottles in 2 nights, that was a mistake. And
I didn't know you did that much. I thought you just did like a couple of glasses.
Well, I mean, that's not much in a bottle of wine, really. It's only like 3 solid glasses, but like,
as every alcoholic says, it's really not that much. Like, you guys are making a big deal about it.
The 6 tall boy garage beers on top of it probably didn't help the situation.
Just because I have a sandcastle made out of wine bottles doesn't mean that I have a drink. You guys are retarded.
That's also why I got a new vape too, dude, because I was sitting on the toilet. And I was like I could hear my wheezing, and I was like, I'm dying. That's it. I'm gonna go right now.
You also vape pretty good too. You vape.
I did, and that vape, that fog vape, whatever it is, Mr. Fog, really rough.
Oh, that tastes like shit. I know you.
Yeah.
I forgot you had that now. Yeah, I'm still
Super
on
rough.
the.
But
Well, Pulse is getting harder to find.
yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. I was gonna say I
Geek
went to a place today and I got one of these Lost Marys, $27, dude, and it's so smooth. It's so.
Did you
smooth.
get a little lamb with it?
A little land?
Lamb? with
Oh,
the-
lamb. That was stupid.
It was stupid. I'm glad I said it. I'm not ashamed. Hey, it's white. I don't know why, dude. I forgot that part. Is I'm gonna do that every time, dude. I want to get next time I do a commentary with you playing Madden when we're doing a Patreon hangout stream. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go, hey, it's white. Hey, can you go ahead and like talk? I'm gonna act like that dude just the entire time.
He was so full of himself and sure that like, hey, it's white.
Hey, Ollie.
Oh, good stuff.
What's up, Holly? So I said you a Weezer fan? I like a couple of songs.
Weezer's okay to me. Like I think that they're boring live, and I think that like not like 80% of their songs suck, but they have really good singles. It's one of those rare bands that's like, no, actually, you should stick to the singles because like the deeper cuts are actually really bad. Popular's a great song though. I got my own car.
Action says I still brown bag my wine. Holy shit. As he's hanging outside the 7-Eleven, they brown bags that wine and be like, yeah, well, you know, I'm just having a good time. My wine's in a bag so the cops can go suck my ass.
What's it the Weezer talk? Is it the wine? Is it the mustache? Why is everybody saying Weezer now?
Stop whining. Who? Who's whining?
That was me having a panic attack in my bed at 11 a.m. today. Stop whining.
Sometimes you need that. You need that Arnold energy.
Yeah.
To tell you to snap out of it. Did you guys see The Rock?
So skinny.
Well, so a lot of people have been talking about that. Like, yeah, him and Batista both are like trying to like shed the weight and the steroids because they want to live longer because obviously it's bad for your heart. I don't know if it's true or not, but I thought he lost a bunch of weight for that role that he's doing. Or doesn't
no, it's already done. The movie's out, so it's not that.
The Iron Chef.
Yeah, the
Iron Man machine.
Iron
I can't remember the machine.
Yeah, they premiered it at one of the festivals and they gave it a 15-minute standing ovation and he like cried. And dude, it's so stupid that they do that. Like this movie received a 15-minute standing ovation. Dude, I'm not standing anywhere on my 2 feet and fucking clapping. All right.
I ain't got 15 seconds with my feet, dog. You got like this, and I'm sitting down doing it.
How much attention do these people need? Like, how much like positive reinforcement do actors fucking need? They need 15 minutes of goddamn applause. Just like, hey, bro, good movie. I cried. That's all they need.
No, he doesn't. Dylan, come on, dude. He does not. He does not have no AIDS.
What
he
is
don't
that?
have no AIDS. No, he just lost it. Well, and then people. I just think it's. I don't know. I think he just slimmed down because he was like. I heard it's for the role, but then also probably because he wants to live longer. Him and Batista, they both are like, yeah, you know, it's really hard on your body keeping up with these steroid shots in the buttocks. So I gotta like, you know, stop. And I mean, maybe he wasn't on steroids, but come on, Santa Claus is real too.
He was on steroids. Like I was like, no, seriously, I eat 50,000 fish a day. That's how I do this. You can
the Liver King excuse. We go, yeah, I just eat raw meat. I go out like, listen, if you want a body like mine, you see a gazelle in the wild, eat that shit raw. You're gonna look like me in no time. You just eat that fucker raw as God intended. I don't take no steroids. I just take the mammal meat raw, and I take the energy, as the Native Americans once said. Take the energy.
I can maybe believe Hugh Jackman. I don't know why, but I believe him, yo. But like, I don't believe The Rock.
Oh, dude, he's definitely done some.
He just says he eats a lot of chickens.
I don't think I don't like. If you look at it, he was ripped and in shape, not like over the top in shape. In X-Men 1, Bryan Singer's, you know, when he was good shape. But he wasn't like the monstrosity
and he could do that
he is in Wolverine and Deadpool or Deadpool Wolverine.
He could be in good shape around Bryan Singer because he's over the age of 13, so he's safe.
The ones I think that probably did do that, and also it was spray painted abs too. And some of it was Gerard Butler in 300. I think that dude was like just working out real fucking heavy, and then the rest they spray painted.
Chris Hemsworth, you're right. He's on the gas, no doubt, dude.
Well, yeah, dude. Well, he was just trying to get in the character when they were doing that Hulk Hogan movie.
Yeah,
he was taking the spirit. I know, I was a joke.
Oh, I was like, stupid idiot.
Yeah,
he's so big all the time. So
CGI big. Muscles. Did you know that? Well, that's another one too. Henry Cavill. They were like they used a bodysuit on him to make him look bigger than he was in Man of Steel. And I was like, that's probably too, but he's also a big fucking dude.
Yeah, he was doing lots of those fucking. Yeah, those goddamn squats.
What do you think that you think old Ben was mixing in his steroids with his beverage of choice, meaning alcohol, while he was filming Batman v Superman?
No, because he was like chubby fat, so like I could believe, like he was chubby ripped, so I could kind of
Oh,
believe.
dude, he was he didn't look. There was no fat on that motherfucker.
You got a fucking dude, bro. You got a
Sorry,
really
his name
big
was Jeffrey.
cum dingle.
His name was Jeffrey, and he just left me a present on my lip.
The thing about but Ben Affleck in Batman vs Superman, he only had one scene with his shirt off, so like they definitely CGI'd that up a little bit, probably on his best day. But I think actually he was. I don't think Ben Affleck was on the gas, dude. I don't know why, but I believe him.
Yo. Well, you know what I want to do now is just turn my goddamn camera off, since it was pointed out that I had come from my beer on my lip the entire fucking time. And
it was a thick one.
Some would say, why don't you just not bring attention to it? Well, fuck you. I'm going to bring attention to it. Let's get it out in the open, make fun of it, okay?
Well, at least look at me.
No, I'm kidding. Somebody said that was hot.
Look at this guy.
That was, no,
again, it's not that bad. It's the light. I swear to God, it's the light. It doesn't look that bad in real life. I said cum dingle. Hellraiser video game. Let's look at these reviews. Enough about our inadequacies as men.
A cum dingle.
Cum dingle. Cum dangler. That's what you had.
That's what if I ever donate sperm, that's what I'm gonna say. It's like, it left you a little cum dingle in the cup in there. Thanks.
I left you some of my wiggles.
Some of my worms.
Gotta get the wiggles out. So this is one of the reviews. Now, this came out like a week or so ago, and it is that they let a couple outlets like IGN play Hellraiser Revival at the gaming conference, and they gave their little reviews for it. And this guy said, I almost saw dead humans being chopped up for cult-like rituals, people strung from ceilings with their backs opened up to form fleshy wings. It's so veiny. And even at one point looked down to catch a look at my character's fully modeled flopping dong. Yes. Despite all the gruesome violence on display, weirdly, full frontal nudity is still the most shocking thing to see in a video game.
Yeah, when you can look down and see a dick that you wish that you had your entire life, you're like, I'm envious, but I'm kind of like, that's cool. I get to walk around with my dong just hanging out, not giving a fuck. I love it too.
Vicarious.
I love the descriptions that he was talking about too, and I did see some others. I think someone said this game is like Resident Evil Village and not Condemned, maybe Condemned combined. It was one of those, another survival horror game. But as soon as I heard Resident Evil Village, I was like, dude, I didn't know. Here's the thing: when I saw the trailer,
I don't need that fucking ad, by the way, adding to my anxiety right now. You fucking pieces of shit.
Get it off.
Sorry. I can't. I don't know. I got an ad blocker on. I don't know what's happening.
So when I first saw the trailer for Hellraiser, it looked amazing. It looked badass. They did a great job. But I really didn't expect it to be like high value type of like video game, like on the same level graphically as something like Resident Evil Village or anything like that. I feel like it was going to be mid tier at best. Like they weren't going to pump a bunch of money into it to make it look graphically pleasing and put all this time and effort in. I just thought they were going to throw it together, not lovingly, but just not give you the best of the best. But apparently this thing is going to push your system to the limits.
Yeah.
So that's great.
Pain and pleasure. And dude, the thing is that they're all in on the single player model. It's all about the game. And that's what these two dudes are saying. There's this dude and another. So they only gave him an hour, and they had vomit bags, by the way, next to the thing, just in case, just for a little bit of marketing pizzazz.
Anybody that vomited, it's a pussy. 100%.
Yeah. They only got to play it for an hour and got as far as they could get. And there's a scene where a man angles the puzzle box. He uses the puzzle box to make incisions down the scene that you see in the trailer of him fucking. He takes the puzzle box out and cuts down the woman's back, giving her what she desires, but with an unfortunate side effects. When he's actually cutting her with the box is what opens the portal to the piece of shit Cenobites.
Damn.
Which is nasty. And but speaking on the Resident Evil thing, that's what this guy says. He says it's a Resident Evil game. I realized it's in all but name, yeah, but I spend the next section of the demo quietly crouching around the dungeon bowels of a nightclub, mostly avoiding its patrols. Hellraiser 3, right? With the nightclub stuff. Until I'm handed a weapon of my own. The knife I find slots nicely into a grid-like inventory system, Resident Evil, alongside some medicinal herbs, Resident Evil. Yep. And I used it to quietly take down my first member of the Cenobite fan club.
There's stealth kills in this. That's fucking awesome too. Okay, we like this. Stay hidden in the shadows. Strike fast, strike hard.
He says, I've been tasked with taking one down face on, though, and then it goes into a fight mechanics gaming system. He says, I find that Hellraiser shifts into a different gear. Its first-person melee combat becomes slightly more involved than anything seen in Capcom's horror catalog, complete with light attacks, heavy attacks, blocks, and dodges. On the surface, not all that original. If you can dodge a butt plug, you can dodge a ball. But it adds an extra wrinkle when faced with armored foes. Sharp and serrated weapons such as knives and machetes are effective against flesh, but in order to make your enemy bleed, you'll need to break through the protection using blunt weapons such as a pipe or a bat, which adds a welcome layer that was unexpected. But it says it's very paint by numbers, though.
It sounds like it sounds like the pipe you got's already hanging between your legs. Just use that shit. Pipe them down, sir. Pipe them down. No, it sounds awesome. That sounds great.
Yeah, you do eventually find clothes, apparently, by the way. But he says, it reminded me, combined with the dingy rooms and masked aggressors, reminds me of Manhunt, which is great praise.
Amazing game. Amazing.
Manhunt, some of you guys might be too young to remember, probably not in this room, but like Manhunt was the fucking tits, dude. That game was scary as shit. You felt
really
like
good.
Something wrong when you played it. He says, I wonder if they're aiming for the same kind of shock factor and controversy Storm Rockstar whipped up back then. Talks about the vomit bags, and he says it's violent, relishes it as much as its NPCs do when they yelp in pleasure as you split their flesh. So you're killing people, and they're like, oh, yeah. That's so gross, dude.
Oh, my God. Diddy Party 101.
That's fucking crazy. This game is going to be fucking wild, dude. He says he was chased by the Chatterer.
Oh, God, that's fucking scary, dude.
I love it. His vibrating teeth genuinely send a shiver down my spine. He had to sprint through randomly closing doorways and slide under spikes and hook chains in order to escape his grasp and hungry gnashers. It was a genuinely tense slice of survival horror and something I hope to see more in the fight.
Man, I can only imagine too, because like if they're gonna have a chase sequence down the hallways of the labyrinth where it's already like dimly lit and it's got that eerie blue glow and it's all concrete and stone, and then behind you, ducking through like narrow corridors is the Chatterer.
Corridor?
Yeah, like chattering his teeth like he's cold as fuck, just like as you run away and trying to hide in nooks and crannies. Dude, that's fucking amazing. Turn all the lights off, get your pee bag ready and your vomit bag, whatever the fuck, put some diapers on, and let's have a good time. That sounds awesome.
Yeah, dude. And apparently it's not in this one, but apparently you go through, you mentioned the labyrinth or whatever. Yeah. Apparently you go through this level where the scenery around you is ever changing and you're like in kind of a fever dream where like you can't escape it because shit keeps changing. So that's weird too. He says, my demo ended with a couple of fairly simple puzzles that included reaching into the guts of two different corpses to retrieve two halves of a key and pressing down on four nails sunk into a skull in the right order to obtain yet another key. They were a change of pace, but hardly riveting. Same could be said for Revival's gunplay, which lacked punch. So he says it sucks, but I mean, I don't need great gunplay in a Hellraiser game. So.
Well, it says on here, so I have my fears that Revival may lean closer to the action side of survival horror more than I ideally like, and ultimately feel more like Resident Evil 4 rather than RE7. It initially looks to be taking inspiration from. That's fine. Dude, RE4 is fucking badass. Like, I don't know why this guy's mad about that. Like, yeah, they added a lot more of an action kind of mechanic in Resident Evil 4. It wasn't as like slow paced and more mysterious or as mysterious as the other three, but that's fine. That's fine. If it's more RE4 than RE7, I'm happy about that.
Yeah, I don't even remember the differences between the two games that much, but like everything I'm hearing about it sounds
all you got to know is Resident Evil 4 was more of a faster paced, more action oriented type of survival horror game in the Resident Evil series, much more than Resident Evil 1 through 3, where it was like slow paced, or Code Veronica, where it was slow paced. The doors would creak open. You'd have to take your time. The puzzle, all that shit. It was a lot more like, let's like turn it up a little bit.
Yeah, and this other guy talking about his review says that like it just talks about how gross it is. Like, dude, a woman's mouth is pulled with a hook while more dig into her bare skin.
You know what? To be honest with you guys, I really don't want to even stream this game when it comes out because I don't want people to be like, God damn, Jay's a sick fuck. I'm like, this is awesome. Look at her face. It's ripped open. I love it. Look at Pinhead. He looks badass over there in the blue light. Yeah, Pinhead killer. And they're like, Jay's fucking disturbed, dude. This motherfucker likes like the what's that? The human centipede. He likes that.
He's like, you gonna take that dope. Wonderlust. But yeah, dude, it sounds like it's gonna be it's so close to Clive Barker's original vision. Apparently they sent him the game and he was like, this is Hellraiser. Like Clive Barker said that himself. He was super pumped about it. But yeah, there's Dong, there's all sorts of the stuff that we talked about. Awesome. It sounds fucking amazing. Like, I'm super excited for this game, and we're not gonna be able to stream it live, but we will find a way to play it. and then I'll have to go through it and edit out the boobs and whatnot because you can't
That's
shoot
the problem.
dong on YouTube. So it won't be able to be a live stream play. We can probably do it on Patreon, maybe.
No, I guarantee you they say hell fucking no, because you're showing a lot of like over the top nudity.
Yeah, that's true too. So like I think what we'll have to do is we'll have to do some gameplay videos and then go through and edit out some stuff.
You know what? I don't know if it's I don't know if we could do that or not, but Kick is pretty open about that kind of shit. Maybe we could stream it on Kick. We don't have a Kick account, but
that sounds like a whole nother box of hell that would fucking
but I mean, I know that they allow a lot more shit to be played on. It is stupid that they're going to be mad about digitized dong and boobs, but there's channels that are like, hey, well, guess what's in my butt? Is it a dick or is it a banana?
Yeah, that's true. I got pee-pee. I got pee-pee so bad. I'll be right back.
Robin says, what about Twitch? They also have a very strong policy in regards to nudity, and even if it's digital. Gabagoo says, Kick lets you smoke, drink, and fuck online. Yeah, dude, that's the place to be. My favorite, I know who you I know your PFP dude, Kyle. My favorite RE3 is Jill Valentine. Hot as fuck. She is hot. I like Resident Evil 3 was fine. It was cool. But it definitely lost a step, in my opinion. Like RE2 was fucking amazing. And then RE3 came out. It was still in the same vein as RE2, more like a DLC than an actual standalone game, but it was still fun. I felt like it kind of missed a step, but still cool. Colton Jay, what you been playing lately? Fortnite. No, I've not. I've been playing, dude, literally all it's just been Marvel Midnight Suns. I get hooked on shit like that, and I already beat the game, but I wanted to go back and play it as like, because I think I beat the game as a light side guy. You know, like I chose the right path because I'm a good guy, and then I wanted to go back and play the evil side, so I did that. So I'm been hooked on that, playing that, and then at the end of is it September or is it? Anyway, No Fate is coming out. Terminator 2. I'm definitely looking forward to that. That looks like a badass side scroller. Marvel Cosmic Invasion is going to be a fucking banger. I'm looking forward to that. There was something else coming out too that looked really cool. Oh, the Toxic Avenger or Toxic Avengers or some shit like that is coming out. Her whipped cream bikini. Yep, that's great. Look that up. Lick it up. Lick it up. Lick it up. Oh, I've got hair. God, yeah, they were like, guys, why did you take off your makeup? Holy shit, put it back on. So Michael Parton says Resident Evil 6 is the worst in my opinion. It was not good. I remember getting that game when it came out, and it was totally, yeah, they definitely just didn't give a fuck. And people hated on RE5 because I don't know why, but they
hated want that big bitch in it. That was fun for
that was the village, I think.
I want to motorboat her butt cheeks.
I think a lot of people wanted to motorboat her butt cheeks and her
standing.
Titties and her butt cheeks and everything else. They wanted to like sit on me. I like it. What? But anyhow, yeah. So actually, I'm gonna look that up real quick just because I don't know. When is that coming out? Terminator. Huh?
Terminator
No.
Big Cock 7.
Bait. Release date. Yeah, dude, it comes out on fucking Halloween, and it was supposed to come out on September. Like they had to push it back because all the cocksuckers wanted the collector's edition, so they pushed it back to fucking Halloween. Oh well.
Yeah, dude. Speaking of which,
by the way, do we have an actual? We don't have an official release date for Hellraiser, do we? It's just next year.
Yeah, it's just next year. They haven't said when, so we'll see what happens with that. But speaking of pushbacks, Mortal Kombat 2 has been delayed.
Oh yeah, god damn! I saw this, dude, and I'm like, I'm torn on this. Like, it's in a way, it's obviously, it's cock block as shit and blue balls because you had this big hype train going, and everybody was like excited to see the movie and to see what the fuck's his greatness name, Dread. Carl Urban take in as Johnny Cage and how they were going to play that out. And then, so I was kind of like, oh, that sucks. But I'm actually kind of okay with it because put some more time in it. Give us some good shit. Don't annihilation this shit. Don't make it bad. So if they want a little extra time, maybe to, fine tune the mechanic, it's fine.
Yeah, like it's so apparently though the story is that they don't. It's not because they need reshoots or anything on the movie. This is good news. It's not because they need reshoots or anything like that. The reason they're postponing the movie from October of this year to May is because it's a better slot and they want the movie to do better.
Oh.
So it's got less competition.
Oh,
And
I see.
Yeah, so that's the good news, dude. And I'm telling you, I went to see Toxic Avenger last weekend. Awesome movie, by the way. Everybody should go see it. I just saw someone made a joke about the shut the head. That's dude. I about pissed my pants. That was so funny. But they played a trailer that I'm pretty sure I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'd never saw this trailer before from Mortal Kombat 2. It had Johnny Cage drop like 7 fuck bombs in the trailer. Dude, the trailer that I saw there, maybe it's just it being on the big screen or maybe it was new, but I saw this Mortal Kombat 2 trailer and dude, maybe it's because I'm fresh off of watching Mortal Kombat Annihilation, which is a kick in the dick any day of the week.
Terrible movie.
But it looks so fucking good.
Dude, I'm more pumped about this, honest to God, when they add a Carl Urban to the cast as Johnny Cage than I was about
gave him a starring role.
Yeah, and that he's like they're gonna revolve the story around him, you know, and not that fuck stick made up guy. What's his name? The one from the first one, Kip Duran, Kipperoo. I don't remember. That guy, that nobody. I'm more hyped about this movie, the sequel, than I am about even Mortal Kombat 1 when it was announced, because of Carl Urban being Johnny Cage.
Yeah, dude. It's Mortal Kombat 1 was so good, dude. It was so good.
It was good.
And the second movie sucks so much
Except
ass.
I will say you got to look at Mortal Kombat 1. I'm not looking at it through rose-colored glasses too, because there was some bad shit in that. The CGI for Gorgo looked like shit. Like the 1995 film, Gorgo looked fucking great, and that was all practical effects. Gorgo in the new one looked like dog shit.
He did. Yeah, no, 100%, dude. I like what they did with it in the original. Yeah, dude, that'd be Tomo's
Cole,
right.
yeah.
That's what they should do. They should bring out Cole or Jim John, as we call him, and have the opening scene be him getting a fatality. So they're like, this is
like they did in Annihilation when they killed Johnny Cage off in the first fucking scene. Yeah, just kill that fucker off first, and then we'll have a good movie.
He was on screen for such a short amount of time. I didn't even realize they replaced the actor.
Yeah, that guy, that dude. I don't know. There's a behind the scenes type of conversation about Mortal Kombat Annihilation that I remember watching, and they kind of go over what happened or why that movie was such a disaster. And I think one of it was that the guy that played Johnny Cage in the original 95 was like, this script is dog shit.
Yeah,
like
both
this
him
is bad.
And Christopher Lambert.
Yeah, they were like, we're not coming back. This is like hot garbage. Like this is like shit that you bought like iPhones from the Dollar General and are trying to film a movie with it. Like this is bad.
And
then
I'm sorry. I was just saying what they did, dude, was the director didn't want to come back because he didn't like working with Lawrence Kasdan. So they hired. All they did was they gave the director of photography a promotion to direct it, and then basically gave everybody beneath him a promotion into the next slot. So you had a bunch of people that didn't know how to do their jobs, and then the studio did not give they said the movie's not done. Like literally, the special effects on Mortal Kombat Annihilation, you could tell were not done.
Sounds like how Marvel's running their movies right now.
Kinda, yeah.
We're in the middle of writing the script, but it's a surprise, and even the actors themselves don't know because we're every day writing a script.
Yeah,
that's supposedly what's happening over there, by the way. And apparently Kevin Feige fired back a little bit at James Gunn, because I don't know if James Gunn kind of poked the bear a little, and it was like kind of throwing shade at Marvel about not having their scripts ready or some shit like that while they're in the process of filming. And Kevin Feige got pissed, and he pretty much said, "Fuck you, James Gunn," in like an under the breath kind of way. Like obviously it wasn't like blatant, but it was subtle,
right? Like a sneaky little corporate.
But I mean, because they interviewed Rebecca Romaine and a couple of, they're like, I don't know if it's done. They were in the middle of writing the fucking script. The guy that played Nightcrawler in Bryan Singer's X-Men 2 was like, there was a blue screen around me. I didn't even film with anybody. They just recorded my lines. So I was like, that's not good news.
That's not good news at all, dude. That's terrible in today's.
He said he didn't film. He said, Alan Cumming. It was like, I don't remember filming with anybody. It was just a blue screen and then recording lines with some fucking, digitized shit on his face. So they're going to CGI his face, probably make him look younger or something. And he's going to be in a fucking blue screen.
That's terrible, dude. That's fucking awful.
And by the way, I'm not hoping that movie fails. I want Doomsday to be, I want it to be awesome. I do. And the Russo brothers have already come out and said it's the biggest project they've ever done, which I believe those guys. But again, I don't know how you're literally, this is like having a Ferrari with all the bells and whistles, and they're like, oh shit, and like, what's wrong? It's like, I forgot to put the engine in it.
Yeah, dude. Speaking of which, we can do a quick reaction here real quick because Marvel did have something come out today. I have no idea if it's going to be cool or not, but this is a property that Marvel could absolutely, if they have the nutsack to do it right, make awesome. It's going to be animated, which it's fine. DC's better at animated stuff, but that's fine. But the new Marvel Zombies.
Oh, Marvel's better than. Oh yeah, DC's number one king. Animated, 100%.
Yeah. So here's the new Marvel Zombies trailer.
That's me looking for the bathroom light switch when I'm drunk. Oh.
Walking Dead.
Let's go.
You want to suck my cock, berserker?
Yeah, it did kind of sound like that.
Oh shit!
Colonel America.
All the Avengers are dead. And they're coming for us.
Is that the Thunderbolts chick?
Namor.
Shit.
Pretty metal, dude.
Oh my god! Oh damn! Thanos is a zombie.
Spider-Man.
Deadpool.
God damn.
No.
Whoa.
Get it done,
Shit.
son.
Whoa. That's how you do that then.
Oh, it is the Thunderbolts. I'll give it a chance. I'll definitely give it a chance, but
Dude, look at the fucking voice.
no,
acting.
they got all the people back. I mean, they're all doing the voices for them. I mean, it's not like, listen, Marvel Zombies, the Disney Plus, what they did, it wasn't bad, but it just, I was expecting more, but I knew Disney Marvel was never going to pull the trigger and go as hard as the fucking comic books, not even close.
By
But
the
they
way,
did-
apparently that was Blade. That character was Blade.
I know, I noticed it was Blade right after. I
Shit.
just didn't say anything. I knew it before the commenter. But no, no, I'm kidding. You probably were. I was, but no. But you said, oh, Spider-Man. Yeah, Spider-Man was actually one of the first zombies in the Marvel Zombies. He's one of the first ones that gets infected, and he eats Mary Jane and he eats Aunt May.
Shit, sorry.
But that's Colonel America, so it's not Captain America. That's Colonel America.
He's got popcorn kernel teeth too.
Mhm.
You should brush those things.
Redenbacher.
Yeah, dude. That actually, I thought that looked pretty goddamn dope.
No, I'm not being. Well, maybe I am being overly bitchy about it, but I wanted it to be. I feel like Marvel Zombies, if they really were like serious about bringing that to the TV screen, I would have made a deal with. And I know they never do it. I would have made a deal with like HBO Max, Amazon Prime, put that bitch in there, let them do what they got to do, let them have fun with it, and go crazy. Like make us like a Spawn, the animated series where no holds barred. That's what
I mean. That certainly seems like it's gonna be R-rated.
it's. I mean, I'm sure, but it's not to the extreme level I want. But then, now I'm just feeling like an old man. Like I feel like Uncle Herschel on the logo of Cat Cracker Barrel. I'm just yelling at people.
Yeah, no, I thought that looked great. I'm not gonna lie, that was way better than I expected. From the metal
Yeah.
music to all the violence.
By the way, is it still Thunderbolts? Because I know at the end of that movie they called it the New Avengers, but when you go and look for it, it says New Avengers and not Thunderbolts. Cutesy, I understand, but like you change the actual title of the fucking movie to New Avengers.
That's true. I wonder if this is in that timeline though. So it could
Well,
be
yeah,
like-
that's Florence Pugh. I mean, they probably with the Red Guardian, her dad. I'm sure it was like, yeah, the Thunderbolts were already established.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I don't know how they're gonna go with the next stuff. I think they probably wanted that to be the New Avengers, and then saw the box office and were like, okay, that's not the New Avengers anymore.
Dude, it's so weird Marvel is in such a weird. Well, they're not in a weird place. They're in a desperate place. They've got to have a home run hit. They've got to have $1 billion fucking movie at some point. And like Doomsday's got to be it because they failed with Fantastic Four. They fell with Thunderbolts,
Which they didn't feel quality wise. It was
I like the films, but
Yeah.
box office wise, dude, Fantastic Four had like a 67% drop off in the second week. That's
Mhm.
terrible. That means there's no staying power whatsoever. And on Thunderbolts, while I think we both did, we liked that movie. Nobody saw it. Nobody gave a fuck.
For reference, Mortal Kombat Annihilation had a 79% drop off in its second week. So 67 for a Marvel movie is fucking terrible.
Yeah, dude.
That's crazy.
He actually should have been like 99% for Annihilation. Like, I don't know how anybody like when I went and seen that movie, dude, I remember going and seeing Annihilation. I felt like the usher that gave me my tickets like smacked me in the face. He didn't warn me.
I walked out into the sunlight. You know, guys, you leave a movie at like a dark theater and you walk out to the sunlight and it hits you in the face. And even as a child, I was like, what the fuck is that?
It was so bad.
Like,
it was so awful. Yeah. I mean, when you can watch a Power Ranger episode and they have better special effects and it's recycled footage from Japan, you're like, what the fuckity fuck is this? But yeah, anyhow, Marvel is in dire need of a home run. They need a home run fucking hit. But for what I understand, Doomsday
is probably going to do.
That's going to be a big one.
Brand
New Day is going to be a big one. But the thing is, though, Doomsday is going to cost a fucking shit ton of money.
Oh yeah,
like it's going to cost
Mission Impossible kind of money.
Well, I don't know if it's going to be the most expensive Marvel. I mean, I don't know. Like, is it going to be more expensive than Secret Wars? Maybe. I mean, maybe. I mean, how much do you think Robert Downey's getting off this deal? Like, insane amount of money.
Yeah, dude. He came back for the check. Like,
well, yeah. I mean, I'm sure he enjoys the character, but he was like, yeah, but my character left on a high note. Like, honestly, it was the best. It was the hero's end, and it was great. And now you want me to come back to save the rotting corpse of Disney Marvel because you guys don't know how to write the shit anymore. So I'll come back for like a $70 million check, which is probably what he's getting. He's probably getting something insane.
Brother, speaking of a fucking rotting corpse, that's kind of how I feel. And I hate this. I hate to admit this, dude. I really hate admitting this. But 28 years later, right? The Bone Temple's coming out. And I read this news story that came out today.
28 big dongs later.
The Bone Temple, which is going to be directed by, it's the sequel to the last movie. It's going to be directed by Nia DaCoste, who directed the Candyman remake, because Danny Boyle and co didn't have time to work on the movie because they were editing 28 years later while they were making this. But dude, I read this and I'll read it to you guys and show it. But like, I got to be honest with you, man. I was so fucking jizzed for 28 years later. And through 75% of that movie, more like 85% of that movie, I was stoked. And then that ending was so fucking corny and terrible.
Yeah.
I'm having a hard time caring about this next movie.
I personally didn't give a shit about it, but you know, we got some hate for that on our opinions because a lot of people defend that movie and like it, which is cool. I get it. Like, you can like what you want, but I personally I feel like 28 months later was superior in every fucking way, in my opinion. It just was. I like that whole fucking setup. I like the whole stylized action over the top. Like, let's hunt the fucking zombies down, the betrayal, all that shit. Jeremy Renner on top, like leading the cast. I thought that was like badass. That's the direction I thought they might go for, but then it turned out to be, you know, I got to take my son across the river and let him take down the zombies himself. And then we find out that the mother is, I don't know why he's Swedish.
See, I didn't even mind all that. It was just the last 5 minutes that ruined it for me. And dude, what is up? Like, British people, I love you, I do. But like, I don't know what the fuck is up with people. Like, everyone's like, oh, stupid Americans didn't get it. You see,
I got it.
You didn't get it because we're really cool because like this guy was a super pedo piece of shit, but he's like ours, and you're too stupid to get it. And I'm like, why are you gatekeeping a pedophile, dude? Like, that's weird. Why are you so proud of the character that Jack O'Connell plays at the end? It's a play off a guy named Jimmy Savile, who was a huge piece of shit. And they're all like not all of them, but like the people in the comments like super proud of it. Like, you don't get it. That's our dude. Like, we get it because like we're British and like we know who he is. I'm like, why are you so proud of this? It's weird.
Yeah, I can't wait for them to cast P. Diddy as Blade. So we can be like, hell yeah, dude. That's our boy. That's our boy. Baby oil Blade. Baby oil Blade. He soaks that bitch in blessed baby oil and takes down the vampires.
That's fucking P. Diddy as Blade's hilarious, dude. I gotta see that fucking movie. But Jack O'Connell.
I bet the soundtrack be off the hook.
I also, by the way, I think Jack O'Connell's super overrated. I don't think there's anything wrong with him, but everybody on the internet jacks their dicks to him every day, morning, noon, and night. And I was like, he's not that fucking good, guys. He's played a couple okay roles, but anyways, he says that in the movie, the infected aren't. And by the way, this movie's gonna follow the gang, the Power Rangers gang you saw at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
And he says the infected aren't purely antagonists in this sequel. The film is the weird, deranged cousin to 28 years later, who you might be a bit ashamed of because they have weird, questionable interests. He says, The actor who director Nia DaCoste says is in his baddie era.
Oh. Yeah, dude. Slay it, queen. Slay it.
They're laying it on thick. We see how much nature is the unstoppable force at the end of the day. Nature prevails. The world will take its natural course with or without humans. But I don't think the affected are purely antagonists in our film. It will definitely make you consider that.
I like, listen, I know you got to have your own original idea when it comes to zombies, and you know, the story's been told a million times, but I hate it when they try to humanize them in some way, or they try to make them, you feel bad for them, or the zombies are almost trying to get a society, like, you know, there's a pecking order. I'm kind of over that. Like, George Romero did it masterfully in Day of the Dead with Bub, and that was cool, but that was one zombie that they worked with over and over again, and he was still like, you know, Forrest Gump of the zombies. He was the smartest dumb kid in the class, you know. That was it. And then I did Land of the Dead, like the next one, Land of the Dead, with Big Daddy, and then also like remembering, I didn't like that shit. So I just don't like when they do that stuff, when they're like, well, the zombies are actually just not the only, there's a reason why I was like, come on, guys. Like, I didn't even like the fact that the fucking big dong zombie king dicked down his girl and got her pregnant. Like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, why
even though technically they're not zombies. Well, they're not zombies. Like, that's also right. They never clarified. They're like they're victims of the rage virus, so they're not really zombies.
Right. Yeah, and you're right. Like, at some point, like, keep it a little simpler than this. But they go on to say the thing that connects the two movies is that they're both bonkers, idiosyncratic, and very artistically personal works. What's cool about the Bone Temple, where I'm going to take your mother later, is we have the Jimmies, which is the guys at the end of the movie, and their world, and we have Kelson, which is Ralph Fiennes' character, the crazy doctor, in his world. Spike moves between the two, so it was really fun to be able to have a different style of filming for each character. I also noted that Kelson's complicated relationship with violent virus carrier Samson, who's the gigantic big donged alpha.
Samson's appropriate.
Yeah, Samson.
I am all that is man.
Is a big part of the movie. It says we've seen Samson ripping people's heads off, but Kelson's a kook and he's doing what he wants to do. So, like, yeah, dude, everything I read about this, I'm like, ugh.
Yeah, I'm not like, listen, I'll watch it. I'm not gonna. I'll keep an open mind. I had it. You know, I watched 28 years later with an. I was looking forward to it. It just, maybe I had too much high expectation. You know, but I know that people loved it, and that's great. I'm glad it's getting a sequel to find out, you know, where we're gonna go from here. I just hope that they put more emphasis on, like, give us some more action shit. You know what I mean? Like, not. I understand the bonding thing, and I understand, like, the slow play, and we have to have an emotional anchor, and the mom, the Bone Temple. And, you know, you got fucking, you know, the Harry Potter villain out there hanging out, smoking weed, being like, your mom's dead. I got to kill her. I'm like, oh, all right. Well,
what? Hey, you ever see a tranquilizer dart? Well,
yeah, it's like, but I walked all this way. I was like, yeah, but she gonna die. I'm not just gonna kill her. I'm like, all right. Well, we'll do that. Hey, go put your mama's skull up on the top. Make it special. I understand. And by the way, when I made it's a joke, but somebody was like, you're not understanding the complexities of that scene. I understand the complexities.
It's pretty fucking obvious.
But I'm making a joke about it because it was like, the whole fucking idea was the kid went out on his own. He became a man, went out, protected his mama to go see the doctor at the Bone Temple. Sounds like a fucking weed shop on the south side of LA at the Bone Temple. And then you got the fucking dude. You got what's his name? What the fuck's the Harry Potter villain? Voldemort coming out looking like a goddamn Spencer's employee. Fucking hash pipe. He probably smells like straight up skunk weed. He's like, your mom's dead. I'm like, what? It's like, you didn't even look at it. It's like, yeah, I just looked at her. I like examined her. She's gonna die. I'm like, oh fuck. Well, you got some medicines? You got some, like, it's like, nah, we're just gonna kill her and put her skull on top, make it a good place.
It's like,
look at it.
Sleep, child, sleep. When you wake up, your mom's gonna be. It's like, what? Shh.
Yeah, it's like, you will forever hold your peace. Like, but I mean, people are getting mad because, like, Jay, obviously you're retarded and you don't understand.
It was pretty simple
that scene. Man. I was like, I get the scene. I get it. It just didn't hit me in the way that I guess it hit other people. I didn't cry once. I was like, well, Voldemort's been doing a lot since Harry Potter beat his ass. But, and by the way, I love Ralph Fiennes. I think he's an amazing actor. I just, I don't know why. That just rubbed me the wrong fucking way. The whole thing with him just giving up. And I know it was like, well, she was dying. She was terminal. I don't know.
See, yeah, and that part didn't even bother me. It was literally just the last 5 minutes that really just kind of, as I stand right now, maybe wrecked the entire franchise for me. I know
Well,
my
what's his name
excitement's
was
at
wasted.
all-time
The
low.
entire fucking movie, he was wasted. The dad,
Yeah,
Aaron Taylor Johnson, is that yeah? And I think I like Aaron Taylor Johnson. I've always liked him. I mean, I know that Mike doesn't like him, but I like that fucking guy. I think he's a good actor. I just feel like if you're gonna have him in the movie, let him be in the movie. Just don't have him in a couple of scenes and then like say, now you're not here. How much did he cost for the budget?
I don't think he's bad. I just think he's super overrated. Like just like the Jack O'Connell thing. Like the dude had a couple of small parts in a couple horror movies, and everybody's acting like he's Mel goddamn Gibson.
Who, Aaron Taylor Johnson?
Pre-rant. No, Jack O'Connell. And he was awful in 28 Years Later, by the way. He was fucking terrible. That shit was embarrassingly bad.
We're gonna get so much hate just for this segment alone. They're gonna be like, God, you guys are just so retarded. You don't understand anything. You're just cocksuckers with microphones. I'm like, yes, that's true. Say something that's not true.
Yeah, he's like, that's not a dig, that's a compliment.
But you're not allowed to have your own opinion apparently on the internet today. If you say anything that's against the crowd, you're fucked.
Speaking of opinions, on the bright side of things, apparently, The Long Walk is sitting at a solid like 94%.
I am really looking forward to this. I'm not so much on Mark Hamill, but I'm looking forward to the movie.
Yeah,
I think Mark Hamill peaked at Star Wars.
I agree with that. And here's the voice acting Joker was great.
Joker was great, and everyone's like, "Well, you forget about the animated series with Kevin Conroy." I know he was great. He was great as Joker, 100%. But I'm saying, as far as on-screen acting, he peaked at Luke Skywalker. That was it.
No, 100%. That guy has no business charging $600 for autographs or whatever.
800.
But like, so the thing with The Long Walk that gets me, it's written by J.T. Mulner, who did Strange Darling, which is fucking awesome. So that gives me a lot of hope. And Francis Lawrence, the director, did Constantine, which was dope, right? He also did the Hunger Games movies. But that the marketing for this has really turned me off. A, I don't like Mark Hamill. B, they put out this trailer. They put out one of those Paranormal Activity trailers where they film the audience with night vision.
Yeah.
And they're like, we hooked everyone to heart rate monitors. And the average... They were like, the average heart rate was over 200 beats per minute the entire film. Dude, I'm like, shut the fuck up. That's just a lie.
This movie, if they follow the book correctly, there are some horrific moments that happen, but there's no booger monsters waiting in the wings of, and coming down from the skies to snatch kids away. It's not
that gonna be scary, dude.
It's not really meant to be. It's more horrific of what humanity has come to.
Yeah.
At this point, it's more drama. It's a lot. The book heavily is influenced by drama and tragedy. It's not like what so them hooking up monitors and trying to do it Paranormal Activity style is like, look how scared people were. It's not like that. It's not
a miss.
So if people are thinking like, hey, I'm gonna
fed a bunch of people at McDonald's. They fed a bunch of fatties McDonald's and then put them in the theater.
Yeah, it's not like you're gonna go see It Chapter 3. Okay, this is not that type of movie.
No, not at all. But the reviews are as follows. Trey says that The Long Walk doesn't sprint, it trudges, it aches, it dares you to care about people who you're never going to get out alive.
Yeah.
By the time the credits roll, you feel like you've walked with them and you're just
that's a great description, and that makes me look forward to it even more because that's exactly how the book makes you. It's my favorite Stephen King book ever. Period.
Yeah, which is high praise coming from you because I know you love.
I used to love them all. I had every book Stephen King wrote until Heroin McHeroines sold it for her drug abuse. Allegedly.
Anthony says The Long Walk isn't for everyone, and honestly I'm still unpacking how I feel about it. There's a powerful movie buried in here. Whether it walks far enough to reach you, that depends on how much you're willing to endure.
You know what this movie should do? It should make you feel very, very uncomfortable and sad. I mean, I was trying to think of another word, but that's what the book did. Because these characters that you'll come to know and love, and they all have these types of like energetic optimism about them at the beginning of the movie. And as it wears on throughout the book, even you see their spirits start draining and it gets worse and worse and worse. And they're trying to rely on each other. And then at some point it clicks in. It's every man for themselves. You can't help the other fucking person because only one person can win. And it tests like morality. It tests like endurance. It's a mind fuck. It's as far as like it's sad. It's a sad, dramatic, tragic tale. I mean, and I'm glad if they're keeping it to the book, that's great. I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, dude, don't let me forget. This is crazy, by the way. When you talk about, Walking Tall. There's a crazy story that just came out about Walking Tall that we got to talk about tonight. But we also have Doug Jameson, who is the rare white male on Rotten Tomatoes, who says harrowing and hypnotic is equal.
What?
That's
I don't know.
Just,
hey, it's white.
hey, it's white.
Hey, it's white.
He says harrowing and hypnotic in equal measure. This is Stephen King at his most stripped back and savage, delivered with a clear-eyed sincerity that only deepens the horror.
Yeah, that's a good description too, because when Stephen King wrote the book, I think it was under the pen name Richard Bachman, and he was trying to like get away from because Stephen King had reached max popularity at this point. Like he was like, you know, when Stephen King put out a book, they expected it. He was kind of like suffering from the M. Night Shyamalan effect, where they expected this type of deep horror novel where it was like over the top and scary and stuff. And he got to a point where he was pretty depressed about having to be, you know, caught in a box, and he wanted to do other things that wasn't just that. He was also going through alcoholism, I think, at the time, or he was recovering. And he wrote a very stark way of writing that was different from what he'd been normally writing. And he had to use Richard Bachman. And then somebody figured it out. Like he even had a backstory. Oh yeah, cocaine. But he even had like a backstory for the author of Richard Bachman. He created a biography. He did everything to try to keep people away from the idea that was him. And then somebody spilled the beans.
It's kind of badass, actually. That's
yeah. I mean,
badass.
he even used a fake image of an old man on the back cover when you read it, so you didn't know. But yeah,
wasn't the movie about the writer with the dual sides? The
Dark Half.
Dark Half was by Bachman too, right? So burpy.
Yeah, a lot of it was the stuff under Richard Bachman pen name of Stephen King was a lot more of an inner turmoil, inner struggles and shit.
Yeah, I'm getting more and more excited about this. Let's find a negative one here. Oh, Grace Randolph. Yeah. Says stuck in the 1970s when the original book was written. Why would you want a movie to be based on its timeline? Right? I wouldn't ever want that. Oh, my battery's dying. Excuse me one moment, please.
Oh, Grace.
Oh, Grace.
Lord
this
grant you the grace.
This movie seems like it was written when movies were good. God damn
this
it,
movie sucks because when I was at the premiere, nobody was passing out bags full of cocaine. And so immediately I was like, fuck it. I don't want to watch this stupid piece of shit. It's not Star Wars. By the power of one, by the power of two, Star Wars be new. Or whatever they say in that shitty ass. Anyway, she praised that show, that TV, whatever the fuck it was called, where they ruined some of the lore of Star Wars by like making a Force baby. Oh my god. Anyway.
Yeah, that checks out. She says stuck in the 1970s when the original book was written with the societal and political commentary of a student rather than a professional. Hamill's totally wasted. I mean,
he's not really. He's actually perfect. He's like, hey, Mark, say as little words as possible, and I'm going to give you a great role.
Yeah, I'm not going to see this movie to see a great Hamill performance. Johnson does the best he can, and Hoffman makes for a very bland lead actor. Boring.
Then I'm going to be the bitch here, Grace, and I'm going to say you just didn't get it. So shut the fuck up.
Neil Pond says it wants to lead viewers into a socially relevant cautionary tale. Too bad it takes such a nasty, depressing road trip slog.
That's the point. That's the point. Oh my god, these people like you. I don't know. Like obviously it went over your head, and I mean that does happen. It's a lot of heavy shit in it, and there's a lot of undermining meaning to what's going on. But you know, maybe you got to read the book and not watch the show. I don't know, but either way, it totally went over their heads. And I'm not going to spoil it for anybody that's not read the book because I'm just not. But dude, if you read the book, I would say get the book and read it. Then you're a little bit more familiar about what he's saying.
Yeah. Matt Donato says the Unadaptable becomes one of the year's most harrowing and impactful watches, defying preconceptions to emerge atop of this year's horror crop. Damn, that's high praise with a year like with movies like Weapons out there.
Yeah, Matt Donato, the guy that created Donato's Pizza, is like giving the truth. Giving the truth.
So it sounds like it's pretty good, dude. I mean, they might be overhyping it, but it sounds like it's gonna be
it's gonna be great. It's again, I mean, only going off the trailers, they seem that they're pretty close to what the source material is, and based on those positive reviews that we read, it seems like it's knocking it out of the park as far as like it's not going to be exactly like the book, but at least close enough to where you're like, I get it. Like if you're a fan of the book, you'll love it, and then if you're not a fan of the book and you're just going in as a vanilla fan to check it out, I think that it's not that hard to understand if you're really paying attention to what it's saying.
It's not one of the short stories, is it? It's a
Yeah,
full
long
book, right?
long walk. No, it's not a short story. It was a novel. Like it was a short novel, and that was another thing. Stephen King usually was known for like writing 1,000-page books, and The Long Walk is a super easy read. I think it's like 400 pages, or maybe it's 300 pages. It's not that long. It's a great book. I swear to God, dude. And I don't even like Stephen King that much as far as a personal, like personally. I think he's a dumbass, but I think he writes great shit. But I would definitely, if you got the time, I think you could probably get it used for like $3 and read it.
Oh yeah,
apparently I
should have
Amazon called some shit called Audible. Read that shit.
Yeah, no, you can find that shit probably pretty cheap somewhere. I do want to point this out, by the way. This new poster for The Conjuring, which comes out this week. These motherfuckers, dude. Like the ball on these fucking people, dude.
Hell yeah.
Come on.
Tell it.
You
Go
know
tell it
this
on the
movie,
mountain.
directed by Michael Chavez, who directed the last piece of shit and directed The Curse of La Llorona, is directing this movie. We've all seen the trailers. Nobody thinks this movie is going to be a fucking scary ass movie, and they have the goddamn gall to make a fucking Exorcist poster like they are anywhere within the 7 fucking realm of what the Exorcist once was.
I mean, it's never going to be. It's not that level. But I'm actually shocked that no other horror movie is not copied. It's an iconic poster. I mean, it's iconic, but it's not even close to The Exorcist. But I mean, listen. I thought that the trailer looked all right. It looked like a standard Conjuring movie. I'm gonna go watch it. I
agree with you on the second part of that. It looked like a standard Conjuring movie.
Yeah,
sure.
It looks like better than The Devil Made Me Do It. It looks better than that.
What up? You put on a kiss on
that movie was dog shit. And I generally like the Conjuring movies, but that movie was fucking terrible.
Yeah,
this one looks all right.
Same director.
Yeah, but I want to see it just because it's their last hoorah into this space. Like, this is it. They're done.
Yeah, I just can't believe they had the fucking gall to do that. You fucking pipe down over there, Conjuring. Pipe the fuck down and compare yourself to the Exorcist.
Damn, did you make the poster yourself on Microsoft Paint? It does, by the way. That poster looks like shit. It does. It looks like Microsoft Paint. It looks like someone like used AI and just superimposed it over the Exorcist poster and then removed the preacher or whatever.
Eric, there's no question. The answer is yes.
100%
Even if I was her son.
100%. 100%.
Like Bates Motel.
Oh yeah. I don't know about that. I mean, I know I'm from Kentucky. I don't know if I'm like going down that highway.
Jordan Peele's next film has been removed from Universal's release calendar. Who knows what that means? But I'll say this, dude. Like I think that this is just me completely being a speculative dickhead, which I can be pretty easily.
You got the haircut for it.
Thanks, babe.
I like it. I'm kidding. I like
it. Honest to God, dude. I think Jordan Peele probably saw Weapons and was like, fuck, I've been in the lab on this for a long time, and it doesn't even compare to that, and probably went back to the lab. That's pure conjecture on my fault, but it wouldn't surprise me. I think he's trying too fucking hard, personally. Look at Nope. Nope could have been a fucking classic alien horror movie. It was good, but like he tried to do too much. Like make a scary film, dude.
Wasn't Nope considered more of a comedy? Didn't they lean into comedic? I thought somebody said that it was more of a comedic horror movie.
Well, it had comedy elements in it, but no, it was. That's what I'm saying. You don't even know what it was. It wasn't really a horror movie. It was more just like kind of him. It had some great shit in it, but I think he's trying too fucking hard, dude.
Dude, Jordan Peele he is a good ass director. But he got way. And again, I'm not taking nothing from Get Out. Was great. It was a great fucking movie. It was weird. It was out there. It looked like the Weeknd music video. It was great.
Yeah.
But then when you go from that and then you go to Us, and people were blowing that out of proportion. They were like,
it was so overrated, dude.
Amazing. I was like, dude,
insanely overrated.
It's a good movie for sure, but it's not like they were acting like it was the second coming. And I'm like, dude, it's really not. Like, all you're doing is setting this man up for failure because you're setting him up on such a high pedestal that everything he fucking does from now on has to live up to this insane hype that the internet has built for him, which is bullshit. That's what happened to M. Night Shyamalan, and I feel like that's what happened to Jordan Peele. So I mean, I don't know. I kind of feel bad for him because it's like at some point you're like, hey, stop the gravy train with the hype shit. I just want to make the movie. I just want to do my thing.
It doesn't have to be The Godfather 2. Just make a fucking movie. There were some pictures of the Bone Temple. And this is what we're going to be getting, guys. This is what we're going to be getting. We're going to be getting Jack O'Connell and the shit fuck Power Rangers. You got this kid over here in a Brightburn mask.
The motherfuckers look like they're standing in line for the Slipknot concert.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
What do you mean hot dogs are $12?
I got my tickets early. I don't know why they're not letting us in. I got VIP access. I gotta meet Corey Taylor.
Cornhole ass, dude. You had a great fucking franchise, and now we're doing this dumb fucking shit with Brightburn over here in the corner and this fucking guy.
Motherfucker looks
because
like
Jimmy Savile's from England. Who gives a fuck where
main
Jimmy
guy-
fucking Savile's from? He's a piece of shit.
The main guy with all them chains and that jumpsuit looked like a fucking side character on The Sopranos.
It's fucking awful,
like you know that
dude.
motherfucker gonna die in scene 2.
We do got our big dick dong who decided to cover up.
He
his
finally
big old
covered it
dinghy.
up. They're like,
Yeah.
hey, you're intimidating the other zombies. There's word getting around that you got a huge dick. And the
There's
zombie
no-
wives are starting to look.
There's no way, by the way, that shroud's covering up. He's got to have that taped with duct tape to his butt crack because that thing was huge.
That's a real-time expression that The Rock looks at himself. He's like, what have I become? I'm so
Looks like-
small.
Looks like Jason Momoa in the Bloodsport remake.
It does. All right, I'll be right back. I gotta piss real bad. I'll
All
be
right,
right back.
enjoy your tinkle time. And then Ralph Fiennes on a bus asking, "May I please have a sparkled water?" Yeah, dude, I'm so bummed. I'm just so bummed because I was so pumped for 28 years later and like loved 95% of that movie, and then like, you know, and now that 5 minutes just fucking wrecked it. Like we're gonna do that for the whole next fucking movie. That I kind of think that the Boneyard's gonna absolutely bury this fucking franchise. And it's not even Nia DaCosta. It's not any. It's just this where they chose to take this story, dude. Those first 2 movies were such bangers, and the first, even if you disagree with me on the second half of 28 years later, the first 50% of that movie was fucking great. And like, what are we doing? Why is everybody trying so fucking hard, dude? Everyone's so full of their own fucking bullshit. Same thing with Jordan Peele and whatnot. Just make a fucking good horror movie, dude. You don't have to rewrite the goddamn Bible to make a fucking movie. Stop trying to elevate so fucking hard, dude. Stop trying so fucking hard. Just make a fucking entertaining, scary movie. That's all we want. Everybody's like, I need my 15-minute standing ovation at cons. No one gives a fuck in real life. That's all fugazi. That's all fake fucking people on their fucking yachts and people who spend their entire lives worried about who's going to win a goddamn Oscar. Like the rest of us just want good fucking films. Just make good fucking movies. Wes Craven, dude, made the people under the stairs scream Nightmare on Elm Street. He was never out here trying to swing his dong around about how smarter he was than everybody. You never saw pictures of Wes Craven in a chair with a fucking pipe and a giant beard like, toasted chalupa. What does it mean? What does it say about us that we like cheese in our tacos? Like, it's just fucking make horror movies, dude. You're not goddamn fucking. I don't know. I couldn't think of a single name. I thought Cornwall
As your
Johnson for some reason.
With a mustache like that, never make that pose again.
I
You're looking
wonder.
good. If I do drive an ice cream truck, later time,
Like you're already getting laid. You're already a millionaire. Just fucking make movies, dude. Come on. Shit.
you gotta keep up with that Hollywood lifestyle. By the way, I will say, I know this is off topic, but I watched. I usually do watch watch-alongs with like people that have first time watching. I know some of it's probably bullshit, but some of it I believe. I watched this. Who was it? Cinepals, I think. They watched Warrior for the first time.
Oh,
And
that's great.
I watched it along with them because I do like watching movies with people that have never seen it or supposedly never seen it. And it warms the heart when I look at the comments and they're like, the most underrated film of all time. And it absolutely fucking is. I gave that guy a thumbs up on the comments. I was like, you tell him, Steve.
And I
did.
never do that.
I never do that. I never do that. And I was like, you tell him, Steve did, because it really is. Warrior is such a goddamn fucking amazing movie, dude. Holy shit.
Absolute
So good.
classic.
Every time I
Apparently
watch that
Smashing
movie-
Machine's good too.
We'll do it. Yeah, I want to watch that too. But every time I see the Warrior do, every time I watch Warrior, I'm like, I don't know how this fucking thing didn't win an Academy Award. Like at least for Nick Nolte. Like at least for Nick Nolte. I think I've come.
park the goddamn shop.
Yeah, dude. Like every time people are like, Jay, we know it's a great movie. Stop bringing it the fuck up. I'm like, I know, but I know
I got tinkle.
I want people to know. It's like you and your fucking cup. Get out of here. What? I wasn't expecting to be full screen when I did that. I'm sorry if I scared you, but now we're here together and we're going to talk. Okay. Oh, anyhow, reactors are full of shit. Yeah, well, you know, that's true. Most of the time, actually, you're correct. I watched, I don't know which one it was, but it was like Batman 1989, first time watch. I'm like, fucking goddamn, you guys are full of shit. Why don't you just tell me that you have an invention that like has flying cars? You know, that's a terrible analogy, but you know what I mean? Like, there's no fucking way you've never seen Batman. No way. It's an impossible task, really, even to find someone who's never seen Star Wars. So even when I say first time watching Star Wars, maybe if they're hottie McHotties, you know, girls or something, you may like, well, maybe they didn't watch because that's geeky shit. Maybe they didn't watch it, but I've seen dudes that'll do that. Hi, Shithawk. Michael the Collector says, by the way, the Conjuring franchise is made by WB, not Blumhouse. Mike, yeah, Mike hates Conjuring, dude. He hates it. It don't matter what you say. I've never seen Superman. You're lying. Like, which one? You're talking about the Christopher Reeve Superman? Now, because maybe, I don't know. First time eating bread. Yeah, dude. First time eating bread. Wow, it's so soft and yet filling. They didn't watch it because it wasn't on TikTok. Yeah, well, you know, you have a point. But yeah, I'll entertain myself and watch that shit. You know, like first time watchers, because I just want to watch the movie without having, you know, watch the movie. So they at least cut it up. It's Conjuring shit, Jay. Yeah, I know.
Bands do that shit too.
I was telling somebody corrected you and said that it's not Blumhouse. It's making the Conjuring. It's WB or whoever the fuck.
I never said it was. It's New Line and WB.
No, is it? By the way, the Conjuring franchise is made by WB, not Blumhouse.
Yeah, I never said that.
Oh, okay. Well, you're full of shit, dude.
How about that, motherfucker?
No,
I was just saying, bands do that shit too, dude. They'll have a fucking great album that comes out, and their second album, they think they're goddamn Gandhi, and they're like, actually, it's a concept album about cherry trees and what they used to mean to the American Northwest. I'm like,
that just sounds like that just sounds like Jared Leto before he fucking sings his first song on stage. That guy's the weirdest fucking dude. And you know what? I will say this: I am looking forward to seeing if he is able to pull off Skeletor in the He-Man movie. He could do it if they give him the reins to be an actor. Which he is a good actor. You got to give credit to where credit's due. Dude, Jared Leto has actually a terrible Joker, but that may not be his fault. That's also the director and the writers that fucked that character up. But he is a good actor, and I hate saying that because I hate his face. He's a weird fucking dude. But I'm kind of like in between Skeletor. Like, can he pull it off? I don't know. He's not like, dude. He's not Frank.
Could save his career, actually.
I don't know how big that
if it's that great, it could save his career.
Well, here's the thing. Frank Langella,
aside from the allegations, yeah,
he got allegation. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah. God, he needs to go back out and live out in the desert for a little while.
Tell me this: how much did you fucking rue? Is April watching Peacemaker with you?
No, she didn't watch that shit.
Oh fuck! Because I knew, dude. When I watched that line that they said about when they were shitting on 30 Seconds to Mars.
Oh yeah,
she was like, "Don't you ever put Spin Doctors in the same conversation at 30 Seconds to Mars?"
I always take the opportunity to dog shit Jared Leto's music when I can.
Yeah,
just because I know
because his wife loves him.
She loves him, and I'm like, "You want to fuck him?" She's like, "No." I'm like, "Yeah, you would." Now I know you're lying. You would 100%. You're lying. Like he'll take you away into the desert of Egypt and like tell you to live in a pyramid. You'd be like, "That's great, Jared." Anyway, yeah, I don't like his music necessarily, and I just think he's a weird. You know what he is? He's a cocky fucker, dude. And that's what makes me mad about him. He literally thinks he's God's gift to music for some reason. But anyway, he is a good actor. I will give him that. And anyhow, at Skeletor, what I was going with was, I just recently watched Masters of the Universe with Dolph Lundgren again. I love that movie. It's a guilty pleasure. I don't care how bad it is. I know it's a shitty movie, but it's still fun for me. Frank Langella is so fucking perfect as Skeletor, dude. And he really loved that part. He loved that role. And the reason why Frank Langella loved that role is because his grandson convinced him to take the part of Skeletor, and he put his all in that part. And you could fucking tell, dude. Frank Langella is a master class in acting.
Fucking actor.
He's a great actor, and he put everything in that role. And I'm like, God damn, Jared Leto's not going to match up to that. I'm sorry. Yeah. I mean, Masters of the Universe with Dolph Lundgren sucked in a lot of conventional ways for sure, but it was a guilty pleasure of mine. So the new He-Man will probably be better than that movie for sure. But I just don't see Jared Leto ever matching the tenacity of Frank Langella.
Jared Leto, perfect example. I watched I don't even like their band very much, but like I watched I used to date this girl. I lived with her, and she had an amazing collection of like music DVDs and shit. And I would always just light up a joint and fucking watch some random music DVD. And they had one on 30 Seconds to Mars, and like dude, it was crazy like how full of himself he was. He was like, I got this rock, and I'm gonna go to this top of the mountain. And when you're dealing with heavy shit, because we're suing our production studio, as you know, I'm going to go to the top of this mountain, and I'm going to do a hirakakachi. And that's what happens when you throw a rock off a mountain and you scream at the top of your lungs, and you just let go. And dude, he literally did it. He went to a top of a mountain and like threw a rock and was like, ah! And he was like, I feel it leave my body. And
I met a wise man in the Navajo desert named Jericho, and Jericho gave me a special dust, and he said, "Go to that high mountain over there in the Hopis, and throw it in the air at the strike of dawn, and you will become an eagle of the night." And I did, and I flew amongst the people. No, dude, that dude is fucking weird. There's something about that dude that I would never trust. Like, he looks like he picks his butt and smells it when no one's looking. Like, he has a booger collection in his fucking green room. I don't know, dude. And I know it's petty. It's petty as shit, but I like it. I always make fun of him when I can because it pisses April off. And that shit, I just don't like that fucker. And he's very attractive, and he does have a good singing voice, which I hate to admit. And he's a great actor too. On top of that, so I'm like. But he's an arrogant bitch, and I don't like that.
That's exactly what I was going to say, dude. As I was getting into the psychology of it, these motherfuckers, they grow up extremely fucking handsome, adulated their entire lives. And now also you have a great singing voice. Also, you're a fucking award-winning actor.
Yeah.
And like, dude, you live your entire life with that level of adulation. Like, you need to find the next level of that shit. That's why he's sending used condoms to coworkers on Suicide
fucking
Squad.
Dead rats.
Like, like it's not enough. You're not getting enough. Like, you need that drug. So you have to like, it's not enough for me to be a great, handsome, great singer, great actor. I need to be king of the fucking world.
They need to do it. They need to do a made-for-TV movie or a movie, the Jim Jones Chronicles, and cast that fucking guy. 100%. Because that's what he reminds me of. He reminds me of a charismatic, toga-wearing fucking cult leader that's like, come with he reminds me of that old man but hotter in Poltergeist 2. Yes, pray to the god. That's who he reminds me of. And like, if he watched critical videos of him or anybody critiquing him, he'd be like, those are just lost souls. They don't understand that I'm trying to save the world, and they don't want. They're what Corey Feldman would call the wolf pack, dude. That's what they are.
Dude, that's honest to God, like, that's why I love people like Ryan Reynolds so much, because he probably has the same thing. He's been
but his stock has fallen dramatically with Blake Lively.
Sure, but like, whatever. But like, I don't even care about all that stuff. But like, the fact that he grew up the same way, constantly, adored or whatever, and he still has such a low opinion of himself that he's self-deprecating, and he's still just like, I'll just go out and do fart jokes. Like, I respect a man like that. Like, I really do.
There's I think what's his name? I think the stand-up comedian Matt Rife, or I think that's his name. He was like he definitely had a glow up. So he's kind of like a average looking, maybe below average looking dude, and he kind of worked on himself. He kind of had a glow up later on. Now he's like the hottie.
Stop saying glow up, Jay. God damn it.
Why?
Because it just makes me feel uncomfortable when you say it.
What's wrong, playa?
I don't know. Geez, Slay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Slay Queen.
Glow up is not like a new term. It's not a TikToker thing.
I mean, it's kind of TikToking.
No, it's not. Glow up's been around
it's actually, I'm not. It's a full on TikTok thing.
I remember reading about glow ups in Variety magazine in 1988. So you're wrong. But anyhow, he had a transformation, and he looks a lot better now. He's a lot more attractive. But he has maintained the fact that he's like, I remember what it was like to be ugly. So I'm definitely humble. So I'm not going to go around, shaking my pretty cock to the cockadies that want it. And he'll make fun of bitches that try to get his number all the fucking time while he's on stage, because you get those loudmouth, drug bitches that are like, well, show us your wiener. And he's like, show us your divorce papers. Oh, yeah, that's right. No one would marry your ugly ass, or some shit like that. You know what I mean? Like, he's always on it. Anyhow, but now I feel like we're going on a rant about Jared Leto, and people are like, God damn, never seen two fat, ugly guys so jealous of Jared Leto. Like, yeah, well, welcome to the channel.
Speaking of fat, ugly guys, Channing Tatum. Just kidding. Everybody knows that's not true. It just felt like a nice segue.
Oh, and it was Variety too. Let's talk about that.
Channing Tatum has said that his character in Avengers Doomsday, which he did reveal he has a fight at some point with Dr. Doom.
I like it.
He says that executives really had to wrap their mind around the accent and how people are going to understand it moving forward. And he says, I'm not going to go full Cajun going forward. They want things to be funny, but they don't want to go full Deadpool. They want to keep the drama and keep it tight. So he's not. So basically, the news is Channing Tatum's not going to go full on dumb sounding Cajun, which I actually like. I thought he sounded.
I thought he was honest to God, dude. Channing Tater Tots was perfect as Gambit. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. I think most people did agree though. His Cajun accent was accurate as shit. I mean, and people are like, no, it just sounded awful.
Yeah, he lets people humble with naked.
No, but yeah, but literally people from Cajun country were like, no, that's how people talk. That's how people talk. Like it's not. It's bushmouth. You know, it's French Southern dialect
It
mixed
took
up.
me out of the movie though.
Well,
That's
yeah,
all.
but it's meant to be like like they were making a joke of it, but he did sound dead on Cajun. Like that was dead on. And
I thought it was terrible.
the only thing I hated about like his look was cool. And in the comic books, it looks great, but that hood thing just did not work. In the comic books, it looks great with the hood, but it just didn't look good on screen. But yeah, other than that, I'm happy Channing Tater Tots is going to get I really would love to see him do a solo Gambit movie or be a part of the X-Men upcoming X-Men movie. But they're going younger, guys. Like, we haven't seen that shit before, so we're going to have the Power Rangers X-Men.
The worst choice to make the X-Men younger. Teeny Bopper of Stranger Things X-Men. Let fucking go, dude. God damn it. Give us Jim Lee's fucking big ass steroid fucking ingested goddamn X-Men. That's what I want. That's what the people fucking want.
I just don't know why it would be so hard to start them at like early 30s, late 20s, mid 30s, whatever, and then like start like and not really reintroduce them, just kind of like, oh, they've been around, because everybody knows who the fucking X-Men are at this point. Come on, like it's not that like I know
origin stories, man.
Yeah, there's a shit ton of mutants that have their own backstories and origins. I understand, and that does complicate things, but generally speaking, the team of X-Men, the general core of X-Men, you don't need the introductions. Everybody knows who the fuck they are. They know Charles Xavier's School for the Gifted Youngsters. They already know it.
They're going after fucking Instagram followers, man. The young kids have the Instagram followers account. So instead of giving us a badass full-blown X-Men movie, we're going to get the teeny boppers because fucking Marvel. I mean, that's Disney. That's where we're at.
But I feel like they're waking up a little bit because even they have admitted they've got a man problem. Some of the articles that were coming out, they've chased away their primary audience, which were males. And now Disney is saying, finally, they're waking up a little bit because their shareholders are saying, I'm going to fire the fuck out of everybody because my goddamn paycheck is lower than it should be. What is going on? They're like, oh, you know what happened was? What happened was is that we told everybody that we're males that you're pieces of shit and the force is female. That's what we did.
And
honestly,
guess what happened? I would agree. I would disagree with you 5 years ago, but these days it's like, damn.
Because crazy. Where were they? The groups that you were like championing for and you were moral grandstanding for and you were virtue signaling for, where the fuck are they? Why didn't they come out and support your shit? Oh, I know, because they don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
But anyway, but we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Side note, do you think people are gonna appreciate and show up for the Call of Duty film? Because they're doing a Call of Duty movie. It's coming to theaters as Paramount Activision strike a major film deal. Dill pickle. It's going to film, and
it's going to be. I would say it's going to make mega dollars, but I personally don't give a shit. I mean, I don't play Call of Duty, so
I don't play Call of Duty either. And here's the thing about this that interests me, dude. It's the most genius thing ever. Like, if you're going to produce a Call of Duty movie, all you have to do in Hollywood is wait for a great war film script to come across your desk. I'm sure there's many. Take that movie, slap Call of Duty on the title, change the characters' names, and boom, you 10 Cloverfield your fucking way into a Call of Duty movie. It's just a war movie. That's all it is.
Here's the thing. I know there's people out there that play Call of Duty for the story, but there are very, very few people that do that. Like, they play it for the multiplayer, they play it for the online gaming experience, and that's 100% what it is. So there's going to be a huge I think there's going to be a huge amount of people that want to go see it just because they're like familiar with the online shit. They want to see how close. The storyline, which by the way, I played Modern Warfare 2. I think I played Black Ops. I played through the story, and then I would switch over to the multiplayer every now and again. By the way,
like the stories actually; they were fun.
The stories were very.
The shooting was fun.
Very, very generic stories. Very simple stories. Very simple, but still fun. But and by the way, I slayed at multiplayer when I did play it. God, you know what? It ain't got shit on Halo 3 or Halo 2. Halo 3 was a man's fucking game, dude. You survive Halo 3, you would slay ass in Call of Duty. I don't give a fuck what anybody says, dude. Sometimes for fun, I would play Halo 3, and that shit would grind. Like, you'd be grinding to be good at that game because Halo 3 was hard, dude.
Yeah.
And then you get into Modern Warfare 2 because I would switch over and play with my brother sometimes, and I would fucking whoop ass, dude. I was like, I'm a goddamn pro. I'm a pro.
I always sucked at Call of Duty for whatever reason.
No, dude, I slated that game because I mean, you coming off Halo 3 multiplayer to Call of Duty multiplayer, it was like
it's definitely harder.
Well, yeah, dude, because the training wheels were off in Halo 3, and then you go to Call of Duty, the training wheels are put back on. That's just my opinion. But anyway, as far as the movie itself, it'll slay. It'll do great. I gotta stop saying slay. It's gonna do great.
It's gonna have a glow up.
It's gonna have a. You shut the fuck up. Look it up. Look it up. Glow up's been around for a long time.
Final piece of news before we jump to the super chats and whatever else you guys want to talk about is that finally, we have a release date for It prequel series Welcome to Derry. By the way, the last trailer ripped hard. That trailer was fucking awesome. It's October 26th on HBO.
Are they releasing it all at once, or are they going to be like a weekly? Oh, it'll be a weekly.
I'm sure it'll be a weekly thing. Yeah.
Well, that'll be another thing we can look forward to doing, because we're doing Alien Earth now, and we're doing Peacemaker, so we could probably jump on and do It.
By the way, guys, make sure after you watch Peacemaker tomorrow or Thursday night, right after Peacemaker airs, our video will go live for our recap video of it. Nobody watched the first one. You guys make sure you watch the second one.
we fucking dude, that was a great review. I thought we nailed the fucking review. We were talking about Tim Meadows. We were like sucking his dick nonstop, and then nobody fucking cared.
I'm gonna call you titties.
Dude, Tim Meadows is like that's what I told Mike in the review. Like 100% Tim Meadows is the best thing that happened to Peacemaker so far. 100%.
Someone commented, they're like, Ladies Man commentary. Gotta see it. I've never seen Ladies Man.
You never seen that?
No, dude. He's the main guy.
Oh my god, dude. Yeah, we gotta. Oh my god, dude. There's one there. I can't give everything away, but there's one scene where he's basically like the Howard Stern of like, well, kind of like he does like sex talk shit on the radio, and he always getting in trouble because he's always saying really out of pocket shit. So there's one. So he gets fired, and he's trying to get hired on a different radio stations, and they all keep turning him down because of how he is. He's like, I mean, you're clearly gay, which is fine, but you try to get me naked and oil me up and wrestle me, and that's just not cool. Like he talked, like, dude, it's funny as fuck. And he's like, girl, it looked like somebody shoved 2 fine Christmas hams on the back of your pants. Like that's how he talks. He's got a lisp. Dude, he's fucking great.
Does he sound like he does in Peacemaker pretty much then?
Yeah, pretty much. Well, he has a lisp. That's the only difference, but he sounds exactly the same. But there's a scene, dude, like where he's like, he gets hired on by a Christian radio station because they didn't look up his past, so they don't really know anything about him. And so he's trying to like, I think he's got a manager or an agent or something. She's like, you got to be good. You can't say out of pocket shit anymore. You can't say nasty shit. It's to be like somebody trying to wrangle us. It's like, you can't cuss. It would be awful. And he starts sweating and shit, and he has a nun on that he's interviewing, and she's starting to say stuff that you could look at as sexual. And she's like, and there was one scene where she was like, have you ever gone down the Yellow River? And and he was like, he's like looking around, he's like, yes, one time in the 1970s, but I did not enjoy it. And then he starts getting fucking nasty with it, like because he was controlling himself all that time while she was talking to him, and then he loses. Oh, dude, it's so fucking funny. Yeah,
I want to watch that. I had no idea that was that funny.
Dude, it's so
I had no idea Tim
funny.
Meadows was that fucking funny.
Dude, it's 100% grade A good shit.
Is there more than one movie? Someone said hilarious.
No, I never saw it anymore. I just saw The Ladies Man. The first one's great. Like that's the only one you need to watch.
Yeah, I can't wait to watch that. I'm gonna watch that super soon. Also, what the fuck are you guys talking about? That's what we're talking about. Billy Bob 49 says, Lewis or Chalice, can I borrow your toilet?
Fuck no, dude. Look at your PFP. You like you're gonna shove a goddamn aborted fetus in that bitch. Fuck you. You're weird.
I'll let you come in and use it. You know, afterwards, maybe we could take a nap together, eat some chicken.
Yes. Yeah, well, Chalice answered it. I was gonna like, I just answered it as myself, but it's fun.
Michael Parton, member for 13 months. Thank you, brother. He says, what are your guys' thoughts on MK2 getting? Well, we talked about that, obviously.
We really gotta figure out how to like with the super chats.
Yeah,
to go along to corroborate.
You know now, but like I think it's a good thing. Hey, do what you got to do to make that movie good. At least it's not because it sucks and they had to do reshoots, right? Cinderod says, Chalice, we hang out now. We hang out and now I have crabs. Cheers. Well,
that makes sense.
You mess with the bull, baby, you get the horns. You know what I mean? You meet me at a dark bar in the middle of a Sunday afternoon when I'm just trying to ignore Linda and the kids. We have 17 to 24 Miller High Lifes, and you know, you might end up coming home with something that scratches, and it might be crabs, and not the kind you get at a Red Lobster all you can eat. You know what I'm saying?
Crabs are chlamydia. You got it.
Just pour some bleach on your dick. It feels good, and it gets rid of the crabs. Ben Element says, I want more Xenomorph and less other random specimens. Marlowe is dope as fuck, and I think he's the good guy now. I want to see other types of Xenomorphs.
Yeah, that's Kyle, by the way. But yeah, 100%.
Oh yeah,
I agree with you. Even though I will say that the Species 19 thing that was introduced, and I mean we'd already seen it, right? But in this last episode, the most recent one where it ejaculated in the water, and then that guy drank it, and then ticks were all in him. That was pretty dope. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, as far as like different Xenomorphs, that would be cool. We only got the one, but I think Xenomorphs take on the characteristics of whatever host they invade, right? So it would depend on Like I think in Alien 3, that one xenomorph was like ingesting in a dog, and so it came out looking like a half dog and shit, and had characters of it. Yeah, so I mean, yeah, I agree with you. I want to see different xenomorphs.
You're right. That's it. I think that would be a really cool wrinkle to add to it, even if they weren't like invading other creatures. If you just got to see different types of xenomorphs, I do feel like that would be more interesting than just like random spider monkeys and shit that they're throwing around.
Yeah, sure.
I agree with that, Brent or Kyle. Gabagoo says 28 years bone temple images make the doctor look bad. I think he tranquilized that girl zombie and got her pregnant, and that's why the baby was human.
Ooh.
It's his. Oh,
interesting. If that's true, yeah, that could be a cool little sidewinder, Nolan Ryan type of pitch off the mound. We have to see, but that's a good idea. That's a good observation.
That's actually really smart, dude. Because everybody's wondering how the fuck they got pregnant with all the different issues. That's just really smart. Oh, dude, I have just the burpees are fucking hitting me so good. Yep. Immortal says, been watching since 2017. You guys are the funniest channel on YouTube. Much love and thanks for great laughs over the years. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Immortal. Appreciate you, man.
Someone has to laugh at us. We know that our wives don't unless we're in the bedroom.
Yeah, they just laugh all the time at us. Like, that's funny. I married him.
Love you, brother. Thank you.
Man.
Eric the Hurt says, Loomis, can we hang out now? I got some herpogonosyphilades to share with you. We can outshine Cineroth and Chalice.
How about no, Eric the Hess? Go in there and goon more to that girl from the whatever that clown show. What's it called? Where the clown dresses up and murders a
Bozo?
No, Lavera. Yeah, go jack off to
Terrifying.
Lavera. I'm not gonna hang out with you with your AIDS. Disgusting. No,
it's not AIDS. It's a new strain.
He just said he has herpogonosyphilis AIDS. He has AIDS. No, thank you, Eric.
No, I live my life like it follows. You know, I sleep with a new girl and I just transfer it to her and then it leaves me. You know what I mean? So at this point, I'm pretty clean.
I appreciate you shooting a shot, but I shoot you down.
I had sex with a prostitute at the mall last night. She doubles as a janitor, so like she takes care of herself, so it's fine.
It is true though. Cineroth and Chalice have got like something going on for show.
Oh, we fuck. Cilantro Monster, thanks, buddy. He says, Mike, new slick dude, new cat. Your Dr. Evil get up definitely taking first in this year's Samhain costume contest. IKEA's best damn channel and best straight friendship on the tube of you. Well,
why you got the quotations around it, huh? Just because two guys make out and fuck sometimes don't mean they're gay.
That's what I'm saying. The only thing you got wrong in that whole sentence is that we're straight, because we're definitely not. But listen,
trying to tap into that gay market, yo. Get some subscribers.
got a new cat, for the kids. You know, I'm allergic, so I'm struggling, I'm suffering through life. Shave my head. I had a bad sexual episode, and that's just what happens.
Mike's just going to come out as bisexual, and we're going to reap the benefits from the LGBTQ.
We'll finally make Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, finally.
Daily reviews. Thanks, buddy. He says, fellas, y'all seen the Traumatica trailer yet? I never heard of that shit.
No, that looks crazy. That sounds crazy. That sounds like a fatality in Mortal Kombat.
That sounds like a Redbox release.
Traumatica. That sounds like a banned website.
I never heard of that one, dude, at all. Ben Element.
Kyle, thank you, man.
Has given you a treat for the world. On your face is a treat for the world.
Hey, by the way, we've been doing great on members. We really love that, and because that gives you access to the Patreon too, so we can do the commentaries together. We can do the hangouts. That's awesome.
Indeed, Leone. Thank you, brother. Michael Parton says, Jay, you seen Conjuring? I know Mike's excited for it. You know that shit.
Hey, you know what? Mike's hatred for The Conjuring is like my hatred for Scream. So it kind of balances itself. So
yeah, except for one franchise is good. Yeah.
No, the first two, and then it just goes to Dolph shit. So it is what it be. But I
can't say that about The Conjuring.
I could say the first two were
not
good.
Even the first two were good.
Yeah, they were. What the fuck are you smoking?
Scream 1 and 2 against The Conjuring 1 and 2. It's not
obviously those are different types of movie. You can't compare the two. But I'm saying, you know what? You're not having a glow up this month. I promise you that.
It was the Boogeyman. Says search Sway Corey Feldman interview. Jay's probably seen it already.
No, I Sway. Oh, did he go on Sway? Oh my god, dude! I do want to watch it. I do, but I don't want to like. By the way, Jim and Them is a great YouTube channel. They cover Corey Feldman every fucking live stream they do. I don't want to step on their toes. I'm sure they've covered it, but if he went on Sway, if we were on Patreon, I would totally pull it up and watch it. But I just don't want to like dedicate that much time to it.
Watch that shit. Watch it, and then bring us the highlights next fucking live stream. Because I feel like that's
I just watched Jimmy and them covered Corey Feldman on Dancing with the Stars. Oh my god! Dude.
Oh He was on
And then-
Dancing with the Stars.
Hell yeah, he was. It was fucking awful, dude, because they were giving him really bad scores. And I thought when they gave him like a 3.3 and a 4.1, I think that was the highest one. And then I was like, that's probably out of 5. It was out of 10. And then he was like, and then they were like asking him questions, and he had excuse after excuse. And he was like, well, yeah, I'm in the middle of making 2 movies, so I just don't have a lot of time, you know. And he had that one little Superman Clark Kent string of hair, and he was like, and it was fucking dyed blonde, and dude, and he was like, I was like, just say I didn't do a good job ice skating. I wanted to, and I just didn't do it. But instead, he was like, but I'm a film actor. I'm a film actor first and foremost. So I'm in the.
But whenever he's doing his tours, and they ask about his films, says, "Can we please talk about the tour?"
Oh, he hates that. Don't talk to him ever about his acting. Because, like, god damn, man, that was like years ago. I've done a lot since then. I've been in the top 40 like 6 times. Didn't you know? My band's heated. It's heated up. But anyway, yeah, it
got a
was,
glow up.
He did not have no glow up. Anyway,
D-Bitch. Remember 14 months. Story time, bros. What's the biggest fight y'all ever had, and what was it about? Always appreciate you, boys.
We
We've
talked
told
about that
story.
we told
A
it.
lot.
It was outside. It was so gay. It was outside of it was outside of a karaoke bar. I remember it was a stormy night. it was a nighttime situation, and well, the specifics of it don't matter. But Mike and I said something to him that made him mad
On the way out of the bar at like
out of the
3
bar,
a.m.
and I was like, and I said it like an offhand thing, so I didn't even think it was a big deal. And then apparently it like made his tampon bleed. So
you said something along. I was like,
oh, I said you were
stop it.
showing off. This is what I said.
You said, "Stop it! You're embarrassing yourself." I was like, "What the
No,
fuck
I
does
didn't.
that mean?" That's what you said, bitch. That's
no, I did not say it like that. No, I said
outside.
I think I said you were showing off or something like to that.
Thursday,
It was a very
'cause it
simple
triggered
throw.
me.
It was a throwaway bullshit. And then we wound up fucking fighting, but it wasn't like a fist fight. What it was Mike thought I swung on him, or I was going to, which I did.
You did one of these. You did.
Dude. It was
you took the gayest swing ever, did you?
Yeah, yeah, dude. It looked like
said no.
It looked like DJ Qualls trying to fight. I was like, there was nothing serious about that. So Mike took it as a serious threat, and he slammed me to the ground like a fucking gorilla. And he was like, "What do you want to do?" or some shit. I don't know. I was like, "What are you, Frank Grillo?" Like, I don't know what the fuck is going on. And then it was like a stupid fight, and then we like yelled and screamed at each other for about 5 minutes. And I was scared the cops were going to get called because like we were 2 grown men at 2 o'clock in the morning outside of a fucking in the parking lot of a karaoke bar. Like you can't write shit like that. Like that shit was like out of like a fucking end of watch, like the 2 partners fighting. And then I was like, we're going to go to jail, dude. Like, I don't want to.
Some guy was like, "Hey, what's going on?" We're like, "Hey, mind your fucking business, pal."
And so we screamed and yelled at each other like a couple the entire way home. And then the next day, it was like, it was like that scene between Chris Farley and David Spade and Tommy Boy. It's like, "I'm sorry." Like when they're sitting at the diner. And then Mike was like, because he texted me, I was like, "Are you all right?" I was like, "Yeah, my ribs kind of hurt from when you slammed me on the fucking." It's like, "Yeah, my ribs kind of hurt from when you slammed me on the ground." He was like, "Yeah, I'm sorry, man. I things got heated." It's so gay.
But it was I was house sitting the next day. We were sitting out on the porch of this place I was house sitting at, and he was like, "Yeah, dude, my fucking ribs are like, I have like a bruise." And I was like, "I'm sorry, man."
Dude, that was back when I was like super skinny, so I didn't have a lot of fat to block the fucking concrete. So when Mike picked me up and hit me in the ground, like the rib went, ha.
Well,
like I felt that shit.
It was really gay up to that point because neither of us wanted to hurt each other. So we were like,
we like it was like
it's like Demolition Man when you're doing this. But then like I thought you swung, so I was like, well, fuck. If he's
we were rolling on the ground though, it was kind of like that. That statue in Dodgeball where those 2 naked men are like fighting. The Greco-Roman wrestling. That's how we were. We weren't really trying to do anything except like I don't know. It was stupid. It was so dumb because the origin point of that fight was so fucking stupid because it was like, I don't know. I can't get into details about it, but it was fucking stupid.
A lot of apple juice shots, and literally they were called applesauce shots that they served at that bar. And
yeah, we were acting like
dumb.
Like I don't know. We were acting like the Special Olympics basketball team when the Hooters girls come in. We were like, all right, hug line.
It was so gay, dude. It was
it was really bad.
100% was. All right, Billy Bob says, "Hey, Chalice and Loomis, why is my toilet bloody?"
You're dying. Probably.
You're dead.
You're probably dying. I don't know. I mean, I can look at your profile picture, and obviously your mother married her best friend, aka her brother.
Well, I was actually at his house earlier, and I had some red wine and a couple of White Claws, and I may have thrown up at the toilet and not flushed it. So you're probably fine. It was probably me. But either way, come get checked out. I'll stick a finger in your butt. It'll be good.
That sounds like an adventure that Indiana Jones would not go on.
Hidden Temple.
It was bad.
Robert Englund said he wants to voice Freddy in an animated A Nightmare on Elm Street movie. I think it could be an interesting idea.
I love it.
Absolutely.
Well,
100%.
Mike and I have also talked about 100% what HBO should do is HBO should bring back Tales from the Crypt in some way or another, or some fashion, in some vein of the idea of Tales from the Crypt. And personally, and Mike and I agreed on this, Doug Bradley would be perfect to do like a Tales from the Crypt styled type of like show, right? Because there's all sorts of different stories that you can tell about the box and the people that have opened it. But Robert Englund coming back and doing a Nightmare on Elm Street animated series, you got to put that shit on HBO Max, or I think Prime could
or
do
movie, even like a full on movie.
I don't know if I'd watch it.
It'd
Well,
be
no, you
better
know what?
as a
No,
show.
100% I would. If they were like, hey, Robert Englund's coming back and he's going to voice the character of Freddy Krueger in an animated film, an hour and 30 minutes. I 100% I would watch that, but it would depend on what studio was going to be involved with that. But I think it's great. I hope he does it. But there's also a double-edged sword to that, because I look at it like this: we haven't got a Nightmare on Elm Street remake at all, and it doesn't like butt fuck anybody coming into that role if Robert Englund is still involved with Freddy Krueger, as far as like doing a voice role for a new animated series, and then a new guy has to come in and pick up.
That's
the
a good
mantle.
point. Yeah,
You know what I mean? Even Robert Englund went as far as to say about the remake. He didn't talk shit on it necessarily, but he was like, well, what I think happened, and this is what he was saying. He was being very political about it, but he was like, well, they had just released the Blu-ray of my films, Nightmare on Elm Street, right before the release of the remake. And so kids that have never seen Nightmare on Elm Street were introduced to my Freddy Krueger.
Yeah.
So,
And that was but I mean, the movie still did great. Like the movie still made a fucking bunch at the box office. So the movie,
oh shit. I didn't know.
like the reviews were shit, but the movie did good at the box office. So it's hard to tell. Cilantro Monster, I love cilantro too, says, don't you dare be staring into that cat's bunghole, Mike, or you'll be getting the pink eye. You got a cat, bro? Because I feel like something's licking me.
Yeah,
dude, this fucking cat, like I said, I'm allergic, and you know that, but this cat gives no fucks, dude. It will fuck with these dogs. It'll run around the corner and just smack one of the dogs in the face and then just run away. It doesn't give a fuck. It's perfect.
Dude, I hate cats too. I've never been a cat guy, but I had one cat. And his name was Boots because its feet were white and it was all black body, so it had like little boots. Mom named it, and it was more like a fucking dog, dude. Like I would let it out at night so it could go pee and shit, and it would do its own thing and would just hang out, and it would come in the morning, and you let it out. It was an outside cat, but it would come. But when it was in the house, it would hang out like a fucking dog. It would walk around, follow me, jump on my lap, like it was like a dog. And then when other family members would bring dogs over or whatever, this cat would like guerrilla warfare these motherfuckers. It would jump in bushes. Wait, like I remember my uncle brought over a big dog, and it scared Boots, and Boots was like, "Nah, this is my home. This is my territory." And what it did was it plotted that shit out. It waited until that fucking dog, this big ass dog, it was a German Shepherd. This German Shepherd was walking through these bushes, and my cat Boots was like waiting like a guerrilla warfare fighter in the bushes, and it sprung out, dude, like fucking Wolverine, claws out, grabbed on that dog's ass and latched in. And it was like, fuck yeah. And that dog yelped and ran and fucking jotted off. And it was scared as shit. And it walked. And then Boots didn't even go back in the fucking bushes. It walked around like, I told you. It looked like that zombie game with that dick out. It was like, you see? I love that. That's the cat. That's the only cat in my life that I love. But yeah, it depends on the cat.
That's 100% how this cat is, dude. It just fucks with the dogs. Somebody said, didn't Mike steal a cat once? Yeah, I stole a cat, but it was
but it was dead.
No, dude, when I was in a band, we had when we got our demo done, we took it to a strip club and got him to play the song for our guitar player's birthday. And I'm standing outside smoking a cigarette, and this cat, my wife was pregnant with her first child at the time, and we lived in this shitty little place. And I was like, I love this cat. I was drunk. I was like, I love this cat. And I told Finney, I was like, you're taking this cat. He's like, that cat's not going in my car. And I went, whoops. And I just threw the cat in his car. I was like, I guess it's coming home.
Dude.
I came home to Katie. I was like, I brought you a present. And she is this mangy ass fucking strip club cat. And she's like, are you fucking serious? And I left the window open and it ran out after like 2 days and I never saw it again.
That reminds me of like Meet the Parents when you like spray painted the fucking cat's tail. And it was a wild ass cat. It was feral. It'd be like, I bought a cat. Look, it was like fucking a crackhead without its crack, and you like let it out in your house. Here's the thing about cats.
Not welcome.
I know people love cats because somebody just said kittens are cute. They are cute, but they are, dude. If cats were bigger, they would fucking kill you 100%. There's something evil in their. They are from like they gatekeep hell. You know, like that scene in Constantine. No, dude, I don't. That scene in Constantine when he puts his foot in that pot with the water and he like looks in the cat's eyes. Those motherfuckers like will take you to hell. Like they have a gateway. I mean,
you just be petting them and they'll be like, and like, what the fuck, dude? I thought we were having a good time. It's you can't trust them.
Yeah, well, yeah. Holly says a lot of cats make you work for their affection. I know, but you're sounding like Robert De Niro in Meet the Parents when he was like, "Oh, you like a dog? You like that easy satisfaction, that affection? You got to work for the affection of a cat."
They really are the women of the animal universe. I just read that one. Excuse me. Sorry. Jay Tinzel. Fuck.
Here we go.
God damn
Sexual healing.
Ever forget to wash your hands after jerking it with a dip, and then take it out and come and get cum in your mouth? So forget to wash your hands after jerking it. Grab a dip. And then you get cum, then specifically drink your dip juice. When I dip, you dip. We chuck a full bottle of juice pit. No, that's never happened to me or any other natural, not mouth breathing entity in the universe. I think that's just a you story, bro.
JT, that sounds like you were just hanging out at the Juggalo party that they throw every year, and then you're like, "I fucked this nasty ass fat Fago drinking bitch in the fucking behind the."
It was a man, by the way.
Yeah, it was a man. I smelt the fucking trauma and the goddamn guac dip from their dick, and I
got that guacamole dick.
Yeah, I don't know. That's nasty, but yeah, as far as like cats go, I mean, somebody's like, there's a lot of strong feelings about cats. I don't hate cats necessarily. I'm just saying, like, I would never personally want to go out and own one. I'm a dog guy. I'm a dog guy through and through, 100%.
Yeah, me too. I'm a dog dude, and JT's a fucking sick bastard. Cinerod says, "Hey guys, do you think the Hellraiser game will keep the Cenobites lore names like Deep Throat and the Hell Priest?"
100%.
I hope they do as Clive Barker hates the name Pinhead.
Yeah,
that's good. I'd keep it Pinhead personally.
They're going to keep Pinhead because Pinhead is such a recognizable name. Even though Clive Barker, I know he doesn't like that name, and that was given to the Hell Priest by fans or whatever. It's Pinhead. But they're going to keep Pinhead because it's a recognizable name. It's too late to fix that. But as far as lore, I think these guys that are making this game are huge fans. So I think they've done a deep dive into the backstory of Hellraiser, and they're going to give us a product worthy of that. So 100%, I think it's going to be lore accurate. That's what I'm most excited about, to be fair. I love Hellraiser, dude. I love the Cenobites. I love the stories. I love the lore. I love all that shit. So I'm really looking forward to just how they're going to present this plot and keep it within, the context of what Clive Barker originally did with a Hellbound Heart. So
yeah, I think you're right. DZ98 says, "Jay, have you ever played Condemned 1 or 2? Underrated 8.5."
I played. I did. It's a great game. I played Condemned 1. I didn't play the second one, but they're both great. I seen the trailers for it, but
I have no idea what the fuck that is, except for like a weird Steve Austin like fight movie. Gabagoo says, "Mike, Chud Haven, dude." There's a moment in Toxic Avenger, and I won't spoil it, but this guy's face gets real. He's like, "Top hat." Dude, it's the funniest fucking part of the entire goddamn
Toxic Avenger.
Yeah, dude, it's so fucking hilarious.
Dude, here's the thing. I'm gonna watch it. I've had a major hate boner for Peter Dinklage for a while.
He's good at it though. Like I get it.
I know, but and it's not like obviously he's a great actor. It's just I don't know. But it's so far removed from the original Toxic Avenger. I don't know. And like again, it's not like I'm talking about Shakespeare here and they fuck Shakespeare up.
Right.
Troma Studios' Toxic Avenger from the late 80s was its own thing, or mid 80s. But
it feels like a natural, like it really does though. It feels natural, like it feels like its own thing. It's cool. Billy Bob says my dad ordered 50 DVDs of Girls Gone Wild in 2004.
hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I once got a blowjob from a girl in college.
Dude, those infomercials were like, that was like crazy times back then. And at 2:00 in the morning, if you were still up and you were watching like MTV After Hours or whatever it was called, and then you would see those Girls Gone Wild commercials, and you whip it out real quick and get one in. That was crazy. That was crazy.
Yeah.
That was like giving you softcore porn, and
Dude,
you didn't have to look through the static and the lines.
This fucking girl just I'm in my room. I'm in my dorm, and it's like every college story you ever hope for. I'm just in there sitting there. I've got someone's cowboy hat on. I was double fisting drinks, and like she just gets in my bed and she's like, "We're gonna fuck," and I was like,
Oh,
okay. And then like we did, and then immediately after she started crying, and I went, "Oh no, what
was that bad?
God.
Damn.
Yeah, I was like, Jesus Christ. And then she's like, "Well, you're the first person I've ever been with since my boyfriend. I've been with him for like 6 years." And I was like, "Oh, okay, so it's not me then."
Yeah.
And then the next like 2 days later, we're in the quad, and she comes up and she's like, "Hey," and I'm like, "Hey, what's going on? Sorry, that was weird." And she's like, "You're gonna come to my room with me." She's like, "I'm gonna give you the best blowjob you ever had in your life." And I was like,
This, I
okay.
mean, nothing about what you're saying is negative.
No, I was like, okay. And
No,
we go
this-
up there, and we go to her shitty little dorm, and then she fucking flips on the TV, and it's like just it's a Girls Gone Wild DVD. And I'm like, I don't need the extra. Like, this isn't a spank bank. Like, I don't
but
need
it
the
adds to the
extra
flavor. It adds to the
Sure.
flavor.
But then she went under the covers and did the thing, and it's like a 5 out of 10. But like, it's not bad. But like it was weird for me. I was like, I'll always connect that moment with like Girls Gone Wild. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know why.
Cinderella says double fisting a drink or eggplants.
Yeah, I was just eating corn.
It's a question. It's a question that needs answering. I remember I got a BJ in a dorm room from Slut McSlutson. And,
well, Jay, I'd like you to not tell our personal stories of how we met.
Mike was very gentle, and it was a late night, and he was crying in my arms afterwards. The dorm room, I remember it was like a fucking closet, dude. Those dorm rooms were terrible. It was like a walk-in closet. It was so small, and it was like fucking bunk beds. I was like, what is this, 3 ninjas? When I walked in that shit, and they're like, yeah, climb up on the top bunk. I'm like, okay, it better be something. She's like, take off your pants. Like, it better be great. It better be great. And then we did that, and then her fucking roommate was apparently awake the entire time.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So she heard you being like,
and what I said was, if your roommate, I was like, if your roommate wants to join, I was like, if your roommate wants to join, it's more flavor for savor, but it didn't happen.
Oh my God. Austin says, Mike, you should go back to Wendy's, and if you see that guy, say you thought he was retired. I was like, no, dude, I thought you were retired. Like, I thought you could.
Retarded. I thought you were retired.
That was a fucking wild story, dude. That was a wild story. I'm not going to rehash it, but I love you, Austin. Michael says, Chalice Loomis, what are y'all doing for Wiener Wednesday? It's a big day.
I guess I'm eating goddamn hot dogs, you goddamn degenerate, not fucking penises.
You bet your ass you are. You bet your ass you are. I'm going to go up to Jay.
Hot dogs from the ballpark.
Yeah, I'm going to wear nothing but my stethoscope. And I'm
God
gonna walk up
damn.
Jay holding a plate of food. It's gonna look like weapons. We got hot dogs, cookies, some chips, some carrots, some dip. And I'm gonna be like, you know what time it is, Dr. Loomis. And then he's just gonna do what he does.
What time it is
Wednesday
is stuff your mouth with this goddamn ballpark that's laced with arsenic, you piece of shit.
By the way, dude, JT Customs, I gotta be honest with you, dude. It's so random and it's so out of pocket. It's not out of pocket, but he's like, hey, tell us a story where Jay came in the girl's eye.
every time,
dude.
How many times can you tell it?
I don't. Yeah, it's like I'm not gonna keep doing that one because I was like, I feel slightly ashamed, and I don't like because I mean the way I tell it, I know I'm telling it exactly as it happened, but it comes off as fucking Creeper 5000. It's like Jay shot that shit in her eye like Hawkeye. Like that motherfucker was aiming for it. I'm like, no, that's not what happened. I never had a girl say that before. Hey, let me know when you're
I'm
ready.
blind.
I was like, I feel like I was in an American Pie fucking sequel or something. She's like, tell me when you're ready to come. I never had that happen. I don't know how to do that. I was like, I'm a fucking man of nature. Like it just comes out. So I had to catch that shit before it fucking exploded from the tip. And it was hard. And when I did that, I let go, and guess what happened? It ricocheted that bitch's eyeball,
Ping.
and she was fucking temporarily blinded. And I'm like, ha ha, laughing.
Blinded by
And she's like,
the
it's
light.
not fucking funny. I'm like, it's not. Wow, that's crazy. You might lose your pupil.
Christopher Sampson, fly me to the moon like that bitch asks Cramps and says, hey dudes, as summer comes to an end, do you guys want to have a wham fest? You could get Corey Feldman to talk about his greatest role ever as Tommy. If he insists, he could have his band play. That would be amazing.
Dude,
I would love to host a Corey Feldman get together.
I would love, dude, 100% if that ever happened, dude. That would be the greatest show we've ever done, ever. If it was a live stream with Corey Feldman's band playing in the back while we talk about it and have an interview beforehand with Corey Feldman talking about Jason Voorhees. It would never happen because he knows that we're part of the Wolf Pack and he's always watching his six.
Beauty. Just like you, Chris. Just beautiful. Just Credible 9 says, I'm with Jay Paul from Friday 2 is awesome. I am with Jay Paul from Friday. I can't decipher what the fuck you just said. Can you?
I don't know what the fuck that mean, dog.
Love you, dude. F being sad with Tiffany. Yeah, what's up? Tiffany says, hey guys, if you had the time stone and could go back in time and change one scene in a franchise that would fix it, what would it be? You're the best. No, you're the fucking best, Tiffany. Any scene.
Thank you, man. Thank you, Tiffany.
Right now, I'm thinking 28 years later, that last 5 minutes. That's where I'm going to go with right now, off the top of my head. Stop it. Stop it.
Well, you said you change one scene in a franchise that would fix it. Well, you know, this might be controversial, but I would do it just because I really didn't like the way that shit ended. I would change the Sopranos ending. I didn't like. I understand that Tony is dead, and I understand like his life and his life of crime, I guess, had led him to that point. I just fucking hated the way that shit ended.
That's fair. That's a good one. Thank you, Tiffany. Chaney says, yeah, his brother from the Real Rejects also watched it and was real tears and called his brother. And some people haven't seen movies, guys. You'd be surprised how many black classics I've never seen.
Oh, you're talking about, oh, yeah. No, I'm not talking like Real Rejects. I'm not saying like, here's the thing. Warrior is one of those movies that is unheralded. So when people say first time watch for Warrior, I totally believe that shit because a lot of people would pass that over and not even look twice. And not realizing that it's on the same level as like something like Rocky or like it's on that same level. So I totally get what you're saying, but I mean, I'm talking about like movies like that are obvious that you've probably seen: Ghostbusters, Back to the Future, 1989 Batman, Turtles. I see a lot of the videos that pop up sometimes on my feed, and it's like first time watching Batman 89.
I don't believe that shit either.
Come the fuck on, dude.
Yeah,
like first time watching Scream. No, unless you just avoided all fucking horror movies. First time watching Friday the 13th. Come on. You know what I mean? Like those are the ones where I'm like, yeah, but that's probably not true. It's at least just be honest and be like, it's been a long time since I've seen it. I can believe that more than, hey, it's my first time I've ever seen it.
And not specifically Real Rejects. I don't know, but like some of them, yeah, definitely. Damn, Torres says better twist ending, The Prestige or Seven? Peace and love. Seven, dude. Seven fucking rocked me to my core. Still, to this day, it's definitely Seven.
100%. 7.
Prestige is great though. Papa Head says you fucking ho dunk. What? Well then, motherfuckers.
Okay, don't talk to us like you talk to your mother. Don't you dare talk to us like that.
Gabagoo says, when I was a kid, my brother stole alcohol from CVS and came home with stomach pains. My dad smelled his breath and made him exercise at the park all night.
Damn, dude.
I stole a fifth of Jim Beam from a CVS once.
Your dad's like a goddamn major pain in real life. That's badass. He's like, get out there and work that alcohol out, you son of a bitch, or you're going to have another fifth waiting for you.
It's good learning. It's good learning behavior.
All right, uproot yourself a little Brussels sprouts.
Out west, did you see the guys that Fanta Pop has new horror cans? I did. I'm so burnt out a little bit on the Angry Orchard Jason cans because I found them now. I searched for them for like 2 weeks because I wanted to have Jay try them on the live stream. Couldn't find them. And now they're everywhere. And I see the Thriller pack and I'm like, I'm not going to drink that shit.
Yeah.
So I don't buy it. Like, I just want to tape like Jason's face to a can of Bud Light and drink it and be like, ooh, look how fancy I am.
Look how cool I am. I'm part. By the way, I did not mean to hide your comment, dude. I don't know why the super chats are not showing up on my side.
Click starred. It says starred.
No, I know, but like the last one I got was 924, and it was from Cilantro Monster about the cat's butthole or whatever.
Oh, that's what I don't know.
don't know.
But no, dude, the fans of pop cans, I do like. I want to shit on it, but like also, I kind of want to go to the store and buy them because they have the Black Phone, they have Chucky, they have Michael, they have several ones. I guess I want to buy them and put them in a closet,
Dude.
and maybe sell them at Peddler's Mall in 10 years. And
There's been
nobody
like
will
a
buy
civil war in the house because I was telling April 100%. I want to Black Phone 2 is going to be good. It's going to be good.
I agree.
And she was on board with me and Mike too as well. That Black Phone 1 was just overrated. It was just an overrated fucking, like, it was a good movie, but it was like people again, but we're acting like this was the biggest thing since Scream or some shit that was like gonna revitalize horror. And it was like, nah, dude, it's not really like that.
I got tickled. I got tickled so bad. I'll be right back.
Fuck.
I'm sorry.
Okay. But anyway, I am looking forward to Black Phone 2 because it looks more like a Freddy Krueger movie. So I think that's kind of cool. I like the idea of a Skynet. Nope. Not going to play with that. Bear Claw says, I was born in 77. Someone born in the 90s probably hasn't seen those all really. I mean, no, well, yeah, like, dude, I'm not saying like there's movies that I'm familiar with because I like when I was a kid, I like at 7 or 8 years old, I was watching like Nightmare on Elm Street and shit. You know what I mean? And so I was born in 84. So I get that, but there's big giant movies. Personally, I just think that you're full of shit when you're trying to say it's first time watching. I don't believe you. When it's something mega, when it's like a cultural phenomenon, something like Back to the Future or even Ghostbusters or Batman 89. Like, I just don't believe that you've never watched those movies. If you're a dude, 100% you've seen those. 100%. If you're a chick, maybe not. If maybe you haven't seen them. That's my personal opinion. I'm not saying that they're all lying, but I'm just saying, like, I just feel like some of it's like disingenuous. Like, we could put out because like it's almost like a grift, right? Like, you could put out a video where you're like first time watching this big movie, and that people are going to come and watch it, and you're going to have a bunch of views, and a bunch of people be like, "Yeah, that's fucking awesome." I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that they're all full of shit. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying like there's giant movies that there's no way. There's just no way. Like, it was shocking to me that April had she'd never seen Star Wars. I take that back. She'd seen Star Wars, the original episode 4, but she'd seen it like as a kid, so she didn't know anything about it. So when I found out that she'd never seen any of that shit, dude, like that was fucking like that's like a diamond that you find in the sands somewhere on a beach. You don't see that. You don't see that shit very often, where people are literally genuinely never seen something. So that's all I'm saying. But you're right. If you're born in 77 and someone born in the 90s, they may not have seen some movies that you're super familiar with, and you're like, well, they should have seen it. I'm not saying that, but
Take Leave Review says also check out Somnium. Got major flatliners. I never heard of that shit.
Yeah,
Somnium. Have you heard of that?
No, that sounds like a disease.
He's pulling out all the weird.
It sounds like a soda flavor from Pepsi.
Austin Payne, thanks, buddy. Says go Bills. I am. Cheers. Watch Eastbound and Down, bro, and you'll understand what the fuck I was saying about Halloween Ends.
Kill it.
Eastbound and Down's great, dude. All time great show.
I gotta watch it.
Amazing, dude. You would fucking love that.
Well,
show,
I want to watch the one I'm really looking at to watch is that Shane Gillis one where he's a tire salesman or some shit.
That's good too. Eastbound and Down's better, but that's good. The tire show's good too. Gabagoo says my girlfriend lied to me one time, but when we did it, and when the lights came back on, I had blood on my shirt, so I was so mad. Have you ever?
Goddamn ketchup on the hot dog. Holy fuck. Have you gone down the dark side of the book of the Necronomicon? I have. And you know what happened? It was just like, you got to prepare. You got to lay it out like it's like a summoning circle. You put towels down and it's all around you to catch drip. This is really gross, but when you're horny, and you want to have it happen, you make it happen. And you gotta prepare. Okay. It's like going into a blood sport tournament. Shidoshis, and you got to make sure that your mat is prepared. But I have.
One of the kids just walked down the hallway, so I'm gonna have to refer to you on that one. But yeah, I've been there.
Take it. Says, is Jay in character right now? Like, which one? No, I'm just talking.
DZ says Freddy and Pinhead versus John Constantine. Who wins? I mean, it's got to be Freddy and Pinhead. John, I mean, like, come on, like he has to sleep. He has to sleep.
Yeah,
Freddy's gonna take it home.
At the end of the day, John Constantine is a badass, but he's not. He's still a human. Like he can die just like anybody else. He would have to have supernatural intervention to help him take down Freddy and Pinhead. The only one that could probably do 100% that would fuck up Freddy and Pinhead 1000% and do overpowered is Ghost Rider. The Penance Stare would end Freddy and Pinhead. Penance Stare. I think the Penance Stare actually took down Galactus.
Also, you got to think, like, on one hand, I want to say Freddy, but on the other hand, like, Freddy gets bested by high school teenage girls. So, like, Constantine would probably totally fuck him up.
Well, it depends on
think about it that way.
Yeah, but if you look at Freddy versus Jason, which, by the way, some of the best makeup he ever looked in was when he came up Demon Freddy, when he was pissed, when he rose up through the water, and his ears were, like, pointed, and he was all red and shit. That was, like, Unleashed Freddy. I think if you get Unleashed Freddy, it's a different story, but...
Yeah, that shit was awesome. Billy Bob also says, thank you, buddy. He says, Mom caught me. Jay, you read this one.
All right. I'm going to read it like you, Billy Bob. Mom caught me masturbating when I was a kid, told me to move my hand. She saw it, then smacked me and asked me if I was trying to make white stuff come out. God damn, son. You ain't nothing but an idiot. From the hills of Appalachia. You need not tell that story around civilized folk because it make you sound retarded. Now you got to get on back here to the gas pumps because cars need filling. Don't you ever talk about your wiener stroking again in public.
Cars need filling. Appreciate you, Austin. Thanks, buddy.
Thank
Austin also says, Freebird or Don't Stop Believing? Rejects and Sopranos change how you hear those songs. Which is more paramount? Go Bills. Hey, dude, let me tell you something, by the way. I watched a little bit of Hard Knocks with the Bills, and I'm Packers, Steelers this year because of Aaron Rodgers. I'm rooting for him to win the Super Bowl. And my third team this year is going to be the Bills, man. I like Josh Allen. He seems like a solid dude. And their fans have gotten on my nerves, acting like they're the best team since sliced bread for the past 10 years, even though they ain't won shit. But I'm kind of on the Bills bandwagon. Apart from that, though, I'm Don't Stop Believing guy. I think Freebird's overrated as fuck.
Yeah, Freebird's all right, but yeah, it does seem like every fucking divorced drunk dad ever at a karaoke bar sings that at some point when they've been too many whiskey shots in, and they're like, "It's for my wife, who's a big old slut that fucked my best friend at my job at Chevron. This is for her. I'm as free as a bird, you bitch, but I'm depressed." Now, Don't Stop, like that sequence at the end of Sopranos, crazy. Didn't they play that one? Don't Stop Believing.
Yeah. I think that was the song.
Because it was that did. Yeah, that again. I would change that ending because I always remember when I watched it. I'm like, because the Sopranos was perfection, dude. It was perfect. Every episode, every season was so fucking good. And then you get to that last moment, and you're like, I get it, but I think even the writer came out. He's like, yeah, he's dead. Like the fade to black. And I think that Tony had said something about like when you die, it's just like everything just stops.
Yep. Yeah, like 2 episodes before it. So
and they did the Godfather 1 callback where Al Pacino takes the gun from the toilet and shoots the guy in the back of the head. It was all that. So yeah, he's dead. But I hated that ending.
I 100% agree. I'm Don't Stop Believing guy. Thank you, Senator Roth. Appreciate you, brother. Gabagoo says, is Chalice and Loomis on the Epstein Island list?
Hell no, I've never even been to a goddamn island. You think I got time for a goddamn vacation?
Now, every plane ride needs a doctor. Okay. So I was just trying to do my due diligence to the Geneva Convention and, just did what I could do. But I always signed them Daffy Duck because that's just something I do. And so prove it. Bet you can't. How about that?
You look like a duck.
I'm a doctor.
A doctor duck.
I drew a blue duck because I've never seen a blue duck, and I always kind of, to be honest with you, wanted to see a blue duck, so I drew a blue duck.
Well, you know what I know is that this has been a great show.
It has been a great show. I've had a good time. Emotionless Zombie is not ready for it to end.
Hey, guess what? Emotionless Zombie. I have emotions. It's time to leave.
He says, Corey, what are your thoughts on Kirby Reed and Scream 6 saying she had a crush on you?
I just don't trust her. You know, I look at her on screen. And I'm like, you're telling me on a big screen in the middle of a bunch of Wolfpack wannabes that you have a crush on me? DM me like a normal human. I just don't.
In all
you.
caps.
Yeah, in all caps, yell at me because then I'll know you're telling the truth as you scream it at me on Twitter. You're stupid. That's what I think. Kirby Reed is full of poop. Wolfpack poop.
Tim says, even though you stole Parsons, I still love you. We did. We stole him in the night like a thief, high on crack cocaine. Micah Parsons.
Oh.
Packers took him, and we're going to the Super Bowl. We're going to the fucking Super Bowl this year.
Dude, I will say this about Buffalo, and I really don't follow football really at all, but I will say Buffalo Bills definitely deserve a Super Bowl win. I mean, you can't go to the Super Bowl 4 fucking times in a row, whatever it was.
Which is kind of their fault if you're being
well,
fair,
it was, but like
yeah.
3 or 4 times in a row, and you have Jim Kelly as your quarterback, you have Thurman Thomas as your running back, you have a stacked fucking team. I don't remember who their receivers were, and you lose every fucking time. You got to have a little comeuppance at least once.
Yeah, it's kind of their fault, but like still. There's one story I did forget to bring this up, and I got to show it to you guys now. Before we go, first though, either of you guys watch Sons of Anarchy? I can't, dude.
I haven't seen it.
I can't get into Charlie Hunnam, and I don't get bikers. Like, I don't get bikers.
Well,
to me, it's like the corniest thing ever. Like, I'm sorry if you're a biker, but I've just never understood.
I thought about
cool.
watching. He's not Charlie Hunnam. Even though I was like, you know what? As him as Wolverine, there was a lot of rumors speculating that Charlie Hunnam was up for the role. I'm like, nah, that ain't it, dog. That ain't it. Personally, there was a point where I was like, I might watch it, but there's something about it. I just can't get into it. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, I'm the same way with it, man. I just can't do it. So, dude, this is crazy. You know the movie Walking Tall, right?
Yes.
The story is based on Buford Pusser.
Playing that ass.
The name. But it was a remake of a really good film.
Mm-hmm.
From back in the day.
Yeah.
A Patreon request asked for a review for it and watched it. It was really good. But the whole character of Walking Tall, of Buford Pusser, where he walked around the organized crime was taking over a small country town. He walked around with a 2x4 and beat people's ass. A main point in that movie is when him and his wife are ambushed by these people that he's trying to stop, and they shot at their car and killed his wife. DNA evidence has led to them to discover that dude murdered his own fucking wife.
Damn.
He actually, the main character for the film, they say they have enough evidence to posthumously, because he's passed away now, accuse Buford Pusser, who worked as McNairy County Sheriff from 64 to 70, of killing his wife.
Yeah. I mean, definitely justice needs to be done, but the fucking guy's rotting in the ground. Like, I mean, what really can
so is his wife.
Yeah, they're both dead. I mean, at this point, like, I don't know.
Well, I mean, justice has to have its day, good sir. I mean, like, if he did that shit, he shouldn't be hailed as a hero. They have a sign in that town that's like, here's where Buford Pusser's wife was murdered, and like he did that shit apparently, because they say that
Mama's not the law.
Contradicting his decades-old story of an ambush by an unidentified assailant, authorities now believe Pusser shot his wife, moved her body into the vehicle, and then shot himself to make it appear as both. That's some Scream shit. They said he went through multiple surgery and spent nearly 3 weeks in the hospital following the incident, and later grew his hair long to cover up his scars. But when a cold case came up and they started re-examining the files, they exhumed her body. And after they received a tip about a suspected murder weapon, and revealed that she had a broken nose that healed before she died, leading to the fact that he may have beaten his wife. And investigators uncovered evidence of domestic violence and were able to use forensic science that was not available in the 60s to basically determine that he shot her outside the car, pulled her to the car, and basically made that story up. Fucking wild.
Yeah, he hacksaw Jim Duggan her face with that 2x4.
Apparently,
crazy.
Yeah, it's fucking. That's crazy, dude. They've been treating that guy like a hero for ages.
There's a fuck ton of people that have been treated like heroes, and then they turn out to be scumbags later on.
Yeah, crazy.
Thomas Jefferson had a lot of slaves, and he fucked.
That's true.
And he had a lot of slave children, and I think he only freed 2 of them. So,
yeah,
even at the end, Thomas Jefferson's like, yeah, I wrote the Declaration of Independence. I'm a founding father, but guess what? I didn't do. I'm not gonna be giving my black children freedom. Are you out of your fucking mind? True.
You know, you can't believe everything you read, even in the history books, guys. Just Credible says, my Halloween movie idea is that Dr. Loomis' grandson is an FBI agent and trained his whole life to be ready for when Michael Myers comes. I like that. I'm into that. I dig it.
I think there was I don't know if we covered, there's something like, I remember seeing a short story or a never made, like it was never made movie. It was a script or something about Loomis having, I swear to God, it was something like that. Like where Loomis had a protege that was like related to him, that he was like the new Loomis and related directly to Dr. Loomis and was taking on the Michael case. Which, I mean, you know what, to be fair, at this point, you got to do something like that because you're never going to replace Donald Pleasance. The guy was a master at his craft and he forever cemented that role perfectly.
And you can't just do a cheap fucking
you just imitation. You can't have a guy that's, you know, smoked a crack pipe before he did the voice recordings for the new Michael Myers game, giving the lines. It's just not going to work. Even though I'm sure he did his best. But my point is, like, if you want to bring back the Dr. Loomis character, you can do that, but you don't necessarily have to bring back the actual Dr. Loomis. You don't have to replace Donald Pleasance. You're just not going to do it.
Yeah, you're right, dude. Give a guy that's far in his lineage that has some of those weird quirks.
Oh, I know what it was. I know what it was. It wasn't a script that we reviewed. It was a fan film that we watched where it was a chunkier dude that was like, I think that's exactly what it was. It was a chunkier dude that was Dr. Loomis's son or something like that, or his grandson, and he was like a police agent. We reviewed and he was like at a party or something.
I remember that slightly,
yeah.
But like that's the way to do it actually, because like just have a new character who's super charismatic and has some of those weird quirks that Loomis had, and tie that in that way because you can't recreate Donald Pleasance, and it's almost wrong to try. So like I think that's the way to go. Yeah, 100%. And we're gonna go because it's the end of the show.
That's it, guys. That's
done. What we do.
We're done, bro.
We're fucking done.
We gotta head out, playa, and eat bagel bites.
We love you guys. Thanks so much for hanging out with us tonight. We really appreciate you and your time. And you guys are fucking awesome. We will see you in the next live stream super soon. Patrons and YouTube members, prepare yourselves. 8 p.m. tomorrow. Fantasy football stream.
And we also have we have a review coming out this week for Peacemaker episode 3.
When the episode ends, click on we watched a movie here, and we'll have a recap episode ready to go on.
Can't wait to talk to all 35 of you that watch this video. It's gonna be great.
Love you guys. Good night.
Bye, guys.
Thank you.
Bye.